legit zip cuffs. Asp makes a great suit. I always say it's like being a mom to 30 stinky dudes.
I saw Garnett hand off a M249 to exhibit on stage.
Don't really like women getting smart. Which is smart.
Welcome to Idaho Rounds and Rants. Real stories, real opinions, no filters, no limits. Just honest conversations that go wherever they want. If you're here for real talk, you're in the right place. Let's get rolling.
All right. So, I know we should save it for the podcast, but you guys all serve together?
Oh, we're recording already.
Oh, great.
It's not the start, but we're recording. You gotta catch B-roll.
Perfect. Perfect. I want to know more. So you guys all served together. Y'all were in Iraq?
Yep.
Yeah. What were your guys' jobs, positions?
I was a medic for a convoy escort team. And
I should get my headphones ready.
that's pretty much it. Like, I always say it's like being a mom to 30 stinky dudes.
I wound up being a medic for a Joint Special Operations Command detention facility where we held off-book prisoners.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
That means it didn't exist. I think then we figured out later on that after like watching movies and the hat you had to wear.
It was.
Remember watching American Sniper?
Yes.
That's where he was. So
Yeah.
like that bad sandstorm at the end, that's when we were there.
Gotcha. Okay.
So I never saw Mr. Kyle, but he was in the same command structure. We were in totally different sections of that command structure, but it was the same group.
Mm-hmm. He was supporting them.
I stayed in the building 276 days and got out of the building 3 days, and they were very spicy days.
So I want to ask you, first, I think you should bring that microphone a little closer to you. But I want to ask you guys, when you were there, doing your jobs, did you ever feel like you were there for a real reason?
No.
Like, did it seem like you were there for a purpose, or was it just
Somebody's purpose.
So
yeah?
So I had a
Oh
little
yeah,
bit.
people were lining their money. War makes money.
I agree with Seth. No. The one difference I had was I worked directly with a lot of Iraqis.
Yeah.
Especially one in particular who used to be a neurosurgeon before everything went to absolute hell in a handbasket. And he was good people. And a lot of the people that I worked directly with were good people. And so one thing that they said to us, especially when we pulled out, was, don't leave. Like, don't leave. They wanted us to stay specifically. And so, we had kind of said, well, there's nothing we can do. We got to leave, but here's what we can give you to try to help you out. So the overall purpose, yeah, I agree with Seth, no. But for the individual people that I was working with, there was a purpose just to keep them going.
Right.
So it was kind of a catch-22, and that novel specifically covers that exactly. What the hell are we doing here? It's about the people right around you.
I've always wondered, that's the first time I ever asked that question, but like, why are we going to go to war? Like, really? I think a lot of it's political above our heads, but I don't know.
Well, we could go down a hell of a rabbit hole with that.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, there are no guardrails. I'm serious. None of us are in anymore.
Yeah, well,
I-
so-
Right?
I definitely hate it when big brother's picking on little brother. It's like Russia and
Ukraine.
Yeah. And they're still fighting back and forth. But
That whole part of the world's never going to stop.
I don't think so.
You gonna get Anton on here?
I don't know.
It's just like the Middle East. It's never going to stop.
Well, especially if people keep going in and redrawing boundaries and doing regime changes, and it's like you look at Afghanistan, Iraq, or any of them, you look at the reasons we went there, and it's like nation building, right? Is what they kind of settled on.
Oh yeah.
Didn't work out so well.
No.
Didn't turn out. And so I always wonder, is it incompetence or is it something nefarious? Is it a combination of the two? Is it that plus more,
Well, again, Occam's razor is always one of the, well, probably not Occam's, one of the razors says that if it cannot be attributed to malice, it is most definitely stupidity, and that you should default to stupidity. Incompetence is much more likely than malice. I probably said that all wrong, but that's the gist of it.
Yeah. I go back and forth on it because sometimes people suck.
Well, there is such thing as malicious
Oh,
incompetence.
Most absurdly, yeah. For sure.
Yeah.
People do suck.
And some of those people get into power.
Most of them, I think, do.
Yeah.
And it's wild. Back in the Middle East, they've been fighting for thousands of years over, basically, the bottom line is religion.
Right.
We are Muslim. We are Christian.
Well, they can't even figure that
or
out
Jewish.
with inside their own religion.
And they've been fighting for thousands of years.
So to bounce back to Ali, that neurosurgeon that I worked with, we had asked him, he's like, what do you think we should do? When it was pretty clear, we'd caught Osama bin Laden at that point, and we were like, it's wrapping up. I said, what do you think we should do? He's like, you need to write up some pamphlets that say, we're going to destroy this place in 7 days. Get out if you want to survive. He says, drop those pamphlets everywhere. And he says, all the good people like me and all my friends and all of us that work here, we'll pick up those pamphlets, get up, and get the hell out. And then you take your nuclear weapons and you turn this place into a ball of glass. That's the only way it's going to stop.
All right.
And that was a resident of Baghdad.
That's horrific because I would love to be able to go visit those countries. And I would never want nuclear bombs dropped on anyone. But I want to tour the world. I want to see. I want to go to Japan. I want to go to Russia.
Plenty of photos and videos of Iran, Iraq, when they were like westernized and industrious.
Mm-hmm.
Like certain pictures, you couldn't tell where that was. You could tell it was, tropical-ish. It's got palm trees and whatever, but they were in American clothes, American style clothes and stuff.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden, they get under specific types of laws and rules, and everything just goes to hell.
Yeah. I read a book about the Russian war in Afghanistan. It's called Afghansy, which is what they call the Russians call veterans of the Afghanistan war. And I didn't know this, but under the communist regime, it was the first time that women were allowed to go to school and all that stuff. Like the communist regime actually opened up a ton of what would you call that? Human rights.
In Russia or in Afghanistan?
No, in Afghanistan.
In Afghanistan.
And then they had a president in place, and then they had
That's
a
pre-Berlin
general.
Wall, right?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Or no, post. Or
Post-Berlin Wall.
Berlin Wall was up at this time.
That's what I meant. Okay.
Yeah.
It was still in place.
Correct. Yeah.
But they
'Cause
didn't let women go to school
In
those days?
Afghanistan?
Prior to that, no, because it's like a super hardcore conservative Muslim country, right?
Gotcha.
And
Okay.
well, and the Pashtuns and all the conservative types over there that don't really like women getting smart,
No.
which is smart.
Completely different class.
Women's suffrage, yes.
Yeah, but yeah, under
Okay, there's like less than 3% that view this anyways.
I like women.
they're not the demographic.
I'm married to one.
Yeah, I like them too.
So were they.
That's right. But then the general that they had running the military, he threw a coup, killed the president, and immediately did what every military coup does, which is start killing everybody and putting them in camps. And the communists were like, hey man, you're kind of making us look bad, and no one really likes what you're doing here. And so that's why they invaded, is that dude took over, and they were like, hey, we got to fix our problem here. And then most of the Afghanis were like, yeah, come in, fix your problem, then beat feet. And they're like, maybe we'll stay for 20 years and get a bunch of people killed.
They're good at it.
It does seem a little extreme that we just keep pushing that ruler, the same ruler, over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
Why don't we just let those countries figure out their own shit?
Well,
instead of us going over there and handling it.
Contracts.
Well, we talked
Contracts and money.
Who's going to feed Halliburton?
Exactly. It's
You know,
money.
we just mentioned a little earlier the Ukraine and Russia are still fighting. Well, back in 2008, I was working installation of security systems in North Carolina and South Carolina, and I was doing an install at like 10:30 at night, and all of a sudden the whole neighborhood just trucks are firing up, people are jumping in the backs of trucks. I'm like, what's going on? Russians are invading Georgia. We're headed down to the border to stop them. And these rednecks freaking took off. I was done with my install about midnight, and they came rolling back in. They turned us around at the border. Turns out Georgia's some freaking country over there, but Russia. So even back in 2008, they were already fighting.
Those guys thought they were invading Georgia in the United States.
State of Georgia. And they were headed down. They loaded up in the back of their trucks with shotguns at 10:30 at night.
Hey, guess what?
And headed
Georgia,
down.
We're coming for you.
Yeah. So keep that in mind. You know, you invade America, the rednecks are going to head wherever you are.
I'm going to call the senator the governor of Atlanta. That's wild. Really, people thought.
Yeah, that was back in 2008. It was just this one neighborhood, and they were just like a bunch of freaking rednecks, and off they went.
That's crazy.
Well, good for them.
Got to have something to do.
I mean, they could have just changed the channel.
Well, it interrupted their football, you know. News alert, Russia's invading Georgia. And they're like, what the?
I really wish we didn't have to deal with these news alerts and people would just all freaking get along.
Yeah, that would be great. I'd love
It's
that.
never going to happen.
No?
I mean, I just wish it would.
Yeah, no. Nope, not going to happen.
Well, you know.
We like fighting too much.
No. If I take over and I make everybody get along, that's why it happens still.
Long live King David.
Yeah, no.
Your mustache is too wide.
My mustache is untouched.
I don't know. Stalin had a pretty healthy mustache.
This is true. I guess we need one in the middle now.
That's true.
It can be his campaign, you know. He's the moderate. Right in the middle.
Man with the moderate mustache.
We need to go back to the Viking days when gingers were cool back then.
Who said they weren't now?
Oh, I don't know. I just threw that out there for fun.
All right. Sounds like okay fun time to me.
Yeah.
However, it sucks that there's so much diversity in this world that everybody's mad at everyone.
Well, and that's the thing is, it is not everybody's mad at everybody. It is a small group of people are mad at another small group of people and are really fucking loud about it.
It's because they have access to a microphone.
Right?
Hey.
Tell me some more. Come on. Tell me some more.
Well, so if you look at any of the movements right now, you open up your social media. Oh, this movement has got all this behind it. You actually do some research. It's like that was 10 people that are pissed off and yelling. There were not 350 people in the thing, or so on and so forth. And you've got a small government entity that's causing a fight over here. 90% of the people aren't involved.
Mm-hmm.
We've never had this much access to instant information. We've never been exposed to so many different points of view.
Yeah.
Usually you just read about it in a history book, or
but
you read about it after someone else killed them all.
The more you dive down the rabbit hole, too, the more it's, there may not have been anything at all. It's a deliberate inflation or a deliberate fabrication of something that never happened that then gets a response. Everybody hating everybody isn't exact, what this whole thing is pushing for. And everybody doesn't hate everybody.
No.
There's 2% that really hate another 2%, and they try to make it seem like everybody's involved with that.
Mm-hmm.
I know that we're basically all similar aged, and the times have just changed so much. When we were young, we didn't have this internet and stuff being shared on social media. It wasn't there.
Thankfully.
Yeah.
Oh,
No, I'm glad I grew up without it.
It probably kept
Me too.
me out of
Like,
prison.
it's useful,
I'm sure.
but
Oh, I
yeah,
guarantee
it was not.
that
The internet never happened.
Yeah.
But times have changed.
Yeah.
If I had to redo high school right now, I would be in juvie by the time I was in second grade.
They want to ruin all of our fun.
My niece, she's 17 and getting ready to do her senior year of high school, and she was trying to explain brain rot to me and like all the words that they use and stuff.
The lingo.
Yeah, and I listened for about 5 minutes, and I told her, I'm starting to understand school shooters. She didn't think it was that funny.
Which
Makes so much sense now.
Yeah, I was starting to sympathize with those people.
Over here, Amazon, looking for trench coats.
Ski masks. And
wow, and so that brings us right back to why it's a bad idea if I ever take a drink, because I'm on the edge without the inhibition remover.
Mm-hmm.
We remove the inhibitions, it would get medieval very quickly.
Right. Yeah, there's very little keeping people alive around Hibbert.
One thing, I believe in the big man upstairs in a big way. Nothing.
You
else.
still want him to let you in when you're done.
Yeah. I was having a debate with the guy once that was getting really, really vehement about, convincing me that God didn't exist. And I said, you do understand that if you win this argument, you're going to die the next 5 minutes, right?
That's the only thing keeping you alive right
Yeah.
now. Where was this?
Mexico.
All right.
I do love me some Mexico.
And I'm not saying Mexico just to say it wasn't here. It was like legitimately that was in
No,
Mexico.
I'm just saying you probably could have got away with it anyways.
I just love the weather.
yeah, it looks like God might have turned a blind eye to Mexico.
Oh.
For as much as he's depicted on things, yeah. It's interesting.
Yeah, that is weird how they're so all about it with all the iconography and stuff, and yet it's basically just a giant death cult.
Wait, I missed what our topping?
Mexico.
Oh, just Mexico in general?
Yeah.
Have we said it seems like God's turned a blind eye to that, but it's ironic because his image is plastered everywhere.
Oh,
Absolutely.
all the Catholic
Yeah.
churches.
Ever.
Mm-hmm. Well, some people have theories where
Oh.
wherever the greatest good,
Concentrates, so does the evil.
so does evil.
Look
So
at Salt Lake City.
The further away you get from it, the more evenly balanced it gets.
Yeah.
Yeah, the brighter light casts a harder shadow.
Correct.
Yeah, there's something to that. You guys want a crazy Mexico story about the Catholic Church?
Yeah.
So I was down there for a religious mission, and nearing the end of that, ran into this guy, and he was doing magic tricks.
Oh, I think I remember this one.
So then me and my companion at the time walked in, and he kind of stuck his head around the corner, and he owned the internet cafe. So we'd go there every Monday to send our emails to our family and check on our emails from the church and everything. And after, his buddies left, he came out, he's like, could you come back here for a minute? And he's like, I'm doing these tricks, but they don't work whenever you guys are in here. What's going on? And so I kind of told him, well, we have the priesthood and they don't work unless, he's like, well, can I have your permission to do this trick? And he did some magic that was primo. As long as I said that I'd let him do it.
You couldn't tell, huh?
And so we became kind of
Chris
friends.
Angel kind of stuff.
What's that? Yeah.
Chris Angel kind of stuff.
Chris Angel kind of stuff. Like
Unexplainable.
Like absolutely
Yeah.
crazy nonsense. And he had a crucifix made of gold embedded in his left wrist under the skin. And it was put there by his grandma when he was like 14 years old. So a couple months go by, and he comes up to us after this. He's like, hey, I might need your guys' help here a little bit. My grandma has this pearl ephod that was made by killing my grandniece and putting her blood on the pearls and then burying that under the house. And the crucifix in my hand is the key to get it out. And the upcoming Pope wants that ephod, and she wants me to get it out, and I don't want to do it. And you guys are the only ones I think can help me. And I was like, are you freaking serious right now? He's like, yeah, could you come to the house and maybe try to fix something? And so he takes us to this house, and it was near one of the big churches that we never felt good going down that street. And it was 3 houses over, and I'm like, man, this is feeling sketchy. So we went in the building, and there was these paintings on the wall that had been whitewashed over, but you could still see them. And they were demonic figures and all this other stuff. And walked in the living room, started to step into the kitchen, and it was like a wall. Do not go there. Just don't. And I turned around. My companion hadn't even come in the house. He was just sitting at the door shaking and sweating. So I was like, I don't think we're going to be able to help you with this. And he's like, yeah, I was kind of worried about that. Well, I appreciate you trying anyway. And he's like, you've made this feel a little better. Maybe I can get away. And 2 days later, the place was up for sale, and he was gone. Disappeared completely. Never saw him again. Never heard hide nor hair of it. Never went down that street again.
Wow.
But there are demonic forces out there. It's real. You don't necessarily run into it, but it's absolutely real.
That's wild.
I don't dislike that. I don't dislike that at all. I think there's definitely evil forces around the world with people.
So the other thing that he had told me is he predicted the next 3 popes, and he has been accurate. I wrote it down in my journal, and we're on that 3rd one. Well, actually, no, we're on the 4th one after that now.
Aren't we on the last one?
Supposedly.
According to who?
Multiple things.
Well, according to that guy.
What's
So-
the temple? There's a temple and inscribed on the interior of is names of all of the popes in order,
I know what you're
From
talking
a
about,
long time
but
ago.
I don't remember.
and we're on the
details.
last one.
Yeah.
And it's
I actually don't know what you're talking about.
I don't either.
I've heard of it, but I don't know
the
the
one night
details.
I don't bring my son so he can internet search it. For
Where's
us.
the monkey?
I use a call sign. It's Pope Johnny Paul.
Mm-hmm.
Because in my younger days, I remember Pope John Paul.
Mm-hmm.
And my name is John Paul Jones, so Instagram I created.
It's not really
Pope
a stretch.
Johnny
I mean, it is part of your name.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the reason I kind of brought that up is that it's Mexico does have a lot of actual evil
Yep.
stuff going on down there.
And Mexico is extremely Catholic.
yeah.
Extremely strong
Roman
Catholic.
Well,
Catholic,
and there's a lot of really good people in the Catholic Church, and there's a lot of really
Yeah.
bad people, just like the Muslims. There's a lot of really good Muslims, and there's some really bad ones.
Yeah, everywhere.
You know, in any religion, Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, the Baptists,
It's wild.
whatever, Jehovah's Witnesses.
They like positions of power.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
I'm
have no.
glad you, okay, it's time for you to talk. Steve, cut that off.
And there was a thought, and it just.
Vanished.
Yep, it vanished.
It
I
went
think I
off
saw
in
it
the
fly
wind.
out the window.
So I want to hear this story you have about Steve.
Oh. So Steve and I ran convoys together on our deployment, and we were. Do you remember the name of that floating bridge?
No, but it was right by a warhorse.
Yeah, Taji.
Oh,
Taji.
no,
was
Taji
south.
was where we got blown up.
Yeah, Tumors Inn was at Taji, right?
Yep. That's where we
Yeah.
slept. Tumors Inn.
Tumors.
It's a warehouse with like bunk beds as far as the eye could see.
It's a big warehouse, and there'd be like 20 of us in there.
Yeah,
And
it was
that's
like it was my favorite place to stay.
It was nice.
Had the best bathrooms out back.
That's right. That's right. I remember Bino just
The
laying
part
on
of
his-
when you said you get blown up, was there like an actual
Explosion?
a bomb
Yeah,
explosion?
a car blew up on our
Yeah.
convoy.
an IED.
Yep.
IED.
Yep.
Improvised explosive
It was.
device.
I mean, as far as IEDs go, it was kind of like Michael Bay edition. Lots of
Yeah.
fire, not
Okay.
a lot of shrapnel and
So-
concussion.
a lot of fluid
A
detonated.
lot of diesel.
Yeah, a lot of
It was
diesel.
like a taxi,
Yep.
and they had like
Big and loud, but didn't make a mess.
it
Probably
might-
not
probably
loud.
gave people concussions, but that's it.
That sounds like a 4th of July firework for the United States of America.
You remember there was the guy in the turret. I'm not going to say his name.
Sure.
But
Burned his hand.
yeah, he
'Cause he
was
didn't have
wearing
his gloves on?
fingerless
It's-
gloves.
Yeah,
Yeah.
those are authorized.
Nope. But over the radio, we just hear him. I'm on fire. I'm on fire. We had Overwatch from
Full
helicopters.
Ricky Bobby moment.
Yeah.
Full. I mean,
We had helicopters doing Overwatch for us. And right before that bomb went off, we had been arguing about Talladega Nights,
yeah.
Step Brothers. What's the best Will Ferrell movie? And then this guy's hooting and hollering about it being on fire on the
I'm on
radio.
fire. Help me, Tom Cruise.
One of the helicopter guys was like, someone get Oprah Winfrey down here to get that fire out.
One of the chopper.
Yeah, it's like a little Kiowa.
Yeah.
It's the same guy.
Little
Like
bird.
afterwards, he was convinced he saw the guy that initiated it,
Uh-huh.
and we're like, I don't see anybody because he can see. It's kind of like driving on the way here, right? The road is
Crowned.
crowned above the fields, right? It's maybe like 6 to 10 feet below down to the field, and it's high grass. And he's like, it's right here under me. We're like, what? And he's like, hang on. And he grabs like a smoke grenade and pops that thing and like opens a door. And he's, I don't know if he was still flying with like one hand or what, but he like steps on the runner and just chucks it down. He's like, right there, right fucking there. And you see like these two guys hop out and fucking run away because he about hit him with the smoke grenade, and they don't know it's not going to blow up.
I think you may have found them.
I'm still convinced that they didn't mean to detonate it on us. I think they were aiming for Charlie Company.
Yeah, I think I talked about that two podcasts ago when James was here.
Oh yeah.
So the reason we looked like Charlie is because James it's not your fault, James. I'm just saying that's what happened. He sprained his ankle on ground guiding while we were running ground guiding for a QRF mission a couple nights before.
He was seated. He couldn't go to the next mission.
He wasn't allowed to go.
That's
so
right.
we took a
I
different
remember
truck that made our line out look like Charlie.
Oh yeah.
That's why. So switching those trucks changed our order of types of vehicles, and that looks just like the way Charlie ran.
Right.
And they were the only other ones that got hit multiple times on deployment.
Yep.
So why were they targeting Charlie? Did they have a freaking
Because
bad
they were
turf?
douchebags.
They were like throwing shit at guards at the checkpoints. They'd take
give
piss
'em-
bottles, but they put Gatorade powder in it and like give them like it's like water, but it was like piss bottle with Gatorade powder in it.
Yeah.
Judas
That's so
Couldn't
hard.
figure out why they were getting killed.
Yeah,
Judas
that's,
Priest.
That's the shit you don't do.
Yeah.
You
Or
can't-
they'd like
you
knock
can't be
over their
that
guard shacks
unkind.
with their armor skirts.
Yeah.
and-
You
Yeah,
can't
they
be
were
that
douche-
unkind to people
douchebags.
when you're in their country.
Yeah. Yeah, you're not fighting all of those
Why
people.
would
It's not
you
that
be
type
that
of war.
unkind?
Right.
It's terrible.
Where was Charlie
Well, they
Company
think they're
out of?
untouchable. They're one of the batteries, weren't they?
No, they were. Remember, we got farmed out to that Oregon unit. It was,
Oh, they were Oregon guys.
they were Oregon guys.
So Seattle.
So they were infantry guys, weren't
I
they?
think they were
Were they
East
infantry
Oregon.
guys?
I don't
Were
remember.
they
what-
pissed off? They had to ride around in a vehicle all the time.
I think they were just really dumb. I think they were just really, really stupid, and that's why conventional forces don't work for unconventional warfare.
No, that's why National Guard has a higher survivable rate.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
were knuckleheads.
From the stories I've heard, it sounds like they're all pretty dumb.
I wouldn't say all of them, but a lot of them.
I guess I can understand that when you're in the moment, there's things that happen, but
Yeah.
Well, so
why are we over there
when
I think they feel untouchable.
getting
Mm-hmm.
in their business? It's not our business, but we just plant ourselves in their business.
When you look at like basic training, I went to Benning, which is an infantry school,
Yeah.
right? And the whole time we were there, it was all like our chants were all like shoot, move, communicate, kill.
Mm-hmm.
Like all kinds of. It's all about killing and killing and killing, and it's like why is anybody surprised when you put these people in this place after that training and then they start killing people?
I mean, it makes sense in prior wars,
Right? Yeah. If you have like a
but we're
You're
not
fighting
doing conventional
Germans.
warfare.
right, yeah,
Just, I think a lot of it has more to, again, access to information.
Mm-hmm.
The things going on that we are mad about, you wouldn't have known, right? It took
Right.
World War I, World War II. It took a lot of shit to happen before we were involved.
yeah, like the government attacking its own people, so we get involved
you're talking about World War II.
But think
Yeah.
about how fast you hear about it, right?
or allowing
Right,
attacks
there's a lot of
on its own
delay.
people.
It's a larger
Right.
delay. You can control a lot more of the information.
So you're saying Pearl Harbor was a setup?
Oh, they 100% knew it was happening.
Oh.
They 100% knew. That's
Did you get to finish your Steve story?
no, I did not. We got sidetracked.
Futsy fingers fire off.
Did you guys see that squirrel?
Squirrel. So
Sorry,
there's
my bad.
no. You're good. You're good.
We'll roll it back to that.
So there's this. It was a short run from where we stayed, which was Balad, also known as Mortaritaville,
Mortaritaville.
and
Yep.
it was
Great
a
pool.
short,
Great pool.
excellent pool. Top platform was closed because someone got shot off of it.
No, not
allegedly.
top platform. Middle platform because it set back over the concrete and people were doing the old swan dive head first.
Oh,
Yeah, little suicides going on.
oops. Man,
Man,
it was a great.
I
pool.
really lived in a freaking room the whole time.
Yeah.
You guys had
We had
quite
fun.
the different
We had a movie theater.
experience.
Oh yeah, it's
I saw an exhibit concert in there.
Anyway,
Saw,
you were
saw
moving
Garnett
on.
hand off a M249 to exhibit on stage.
not legal.
Apparently, you're stationed at the wrong spot.
That's
no,
all
we were
right.
together. We just wasn't there that day.
No, I was there.
We were together. He was.
Yeah, I
I
don't
was in
think
a
I
different
went to
spot.
the. Maybe I was on leave when that happened, because it seems like a kind of thing I'd go to.
I think you were on leave.
But anyway, so this short little run from our base to this other base, Warhorse, which had the best chow hall, in my opinion. They had a patty melt that was, instead of a bun on each side, it was a grilled cheese sandwich on each side of the
Oh,
patty.
fuck yeah.
Dude, I still dream about that thing. Woo! But so there's a floating bridge. On the floating bridge,
That makes me want to go to the farmer's market.
yeah, was a sign that said, I don't remember what the weight limit was, but it was like 10 tons less than our trucks weighed.
One truck.
One
Right?
truck,
Yeah.
and we would cram like
3
a
or 4.
bajillion trucks on
Yeah,
there.
just send it.
Yeah, it's stupid. But so we had a lowboy trailer, one of the kind that you can like steer.
From the back.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you can steer the trailer.
You got to get
itself.
out.
Yeah. So
Correct.
you had a person in the
No.
back end of the
You have to
trailer
get out,
controlling
walk to the back,
of the
open
trailer?
up a compartment because it's going so slow at that point, and you can hydraulically steer the rear end. Kind of like when you
Right.
see like really big loads on the highway, right? They have a pilot car and they have a remote control.
But some dude had to walk behind.
You had to
him.
stand next to the trailer with that door open. There was hydraulic steering
Yep.
I've
levers.
seen different loads come through down the freeway. And
Yep, they can
guys
steer the rear end.
Sitting in that little tiny box.
Yeah, like a car in the back end.
But they're like steering the
Yep,
rear
like a
end.
car. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
wild.
That's scary. That's kind of scary to me.
Yeah.
Those guys
Yeah.
should be paid a lot.
So
of
what was on the
fucking
low
money
boy?
I don't.
Because that is
All kinds of shit.
extreme.
I think it was empty actually. I think they were going to pick something up,
They could have been picking things
the
up at
low boy.
Warhorse. Yeah.
and the guy driving it was not qualified on it.
So our job was to escort commodities. We were gun trucks. We protected
Ice cream deliveries.
ice cream deliveries, mail, water, food,
Ammo.
medical supplies, ammo, whatever was going from one base to another. We were
Gotcha.
scattered amongst those trucks for miles.
Yeah.
Like we couldn't see the next gun truck. I could see it on the computer screen. I couldn't physically see it unless you're like in a big corner.
Yeah.
When
So
you
the
say gun truck, that's like a arms.
yep,
You're reloading.
a gun truck like one of us is sticking out the
Ammunition?
top with a big ass machine gun. Like we are there to
Okay.
protect.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. And this particular mission, we were escorting other military personnel that were not combat arms. Their job was to transport goods.
Mm-hmm.
That's what a green truck is. They're actually the worst things.
They are the absolute worst.
They're the worst.
Cannot problem solve.
Nope.
And they are going to have problems.
They're stuck in this little box of parameters.
So those guys don't know what the fuck's happening, but you're there to protect them.
Kind of. But they
Theoretically.
still want to think they're in charge,
Yeah.
so they don't listen to you.
Because they feel bad that their truck doesn't have a gun on it.
Right. They're an army truck with no exterior gun. They can't shoot back.
They got a little gun in the cab, but
Interesting.
they have to open
They're
their
truck
bulletproof
drivers
door.
in the army, right?
Yeah.
But which is funny because that was my same MOS. A lot of us, but they didn't get guns,
Mm-hmm.
and they were active duty lots of times.
Yep.
That's the
So
funny part.
they also really didn't like that we were National Guard.
Oh yeah, all nasty girls. Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. Part timers. My motto has always been: we do the same amount of stuff in a lot less time.
Yep.
Hoorah.
Yep. It's funny how like we win sniper competitions, we win fitness competitions, we've won
won
the
that
we've won the
paintball
Ranger
competition.
Challenge before National Guard has. Our survivability rate on deployments is higher. It's weird, but we're part time. We don't know anything.
That's right.
Of course you don't.
So this guy.
So this truck, this low boy, gets onto this floating bridge, and it's over. What river was it? Tigris, Euphrates,
One of those two.
one of the famous ones, and it's long. You know, it's like probably a good 250 yards across.
Yeah, it's a wide ass fucking river.
Yeah, and it's a long time to be on a floating bridge that you can feel tipping back and forth while you're driving in
It
a
was
50-ton
also an
truck.
Iraqi army base,
Yes, that's
or was
right.
it police?
I don't know. They were always in the river goofing around.
But there was like the Hesco barrier base.
Yep.
Right, because we could always park next to it. We're like, well, this is fucking weird.
Yeah. So this low boy trailer gets out there, and how many tires does one of those have on it? Like 120?
It's ridiculous. That's
'Cause it's-
probably not correct, but it's like 4 axles with like 4 tires, and then another bank of 4 axles with 4 tires.
It's a buttload of tires. Well, this numb nuts,
It's crazy.
Well, also it kind of like self steers, right? It does a little bit of like self correction, like it
It
has
counter
some-
steers,
right?
just like a PLS does.
Well, that wobble on the bridge, the little self steering thing didn't do very well with it, and it ended up plowing the left side, I think, of it
Yep.
into the girders, and it popped like every one of the
Like
tires.
watching a stay-at-home mom drive a expedition around town.
Yeah,
It's
dangerous.
curbing the shit out of those rims.
Yeah. So he pops. I don't know how many tires he popped, but it was a lot.
He didn't
and
just pop them. It
oh
looked
yeah,
like Superman
shredded.
like grabbed an aluminum can and closed it.
Yeah.
Just pinch the rims off.
Yep.
So try getting the lug nuts after that happens off.
Right. So now
That's a Superman. Super soccer mom.
that's right. So now we've got a truck that can't move in the middle of a floating bridge
Yeah.
that's not rated to hold any of the weight that's on it.
No,
And
just sitting there.
also, kind of not a great spot to be if there's people
So
who don't like
open.
you very much
So open.
and maybe have access to RPGs.
Mm-hmm.
But
And then
fortunately,
if you fall in the water, you're wearing 70 pounds of gear,
if you're lucky,
And then you're going to die from an infection from touching the water.
but you can't swim anyway, so it doesn't matter. And you're gonna walk on the bottom.
well, that's why they had the rip cord. Remember they had the rip
Oh yeah,
cord on
people
the
do it all the
IOTV?
time in training. Haha.
If
When your
you do
shit
this
falls apart.
one time, I swear you will get an Article 15. But
What?
happened.
Whoa. What is in Article 15?
it's a non-judicial punishment. They take half your pay for a month,
It's
basically.
It's officially getting your ass slapped.
It's like-
with
So like
paperwork.
Getting a really
if you're
bad speeding
deployed
ticket.
and you're
Yeah.
out there, you're,
Really bad speeding ticket. That's a good.
You're in the midst of it, and you get an Article 15 to cut half of your paycheck.
Isn't
you
that-
could.
Yeah, it's part of it. That's not every time.
So they can decide how much.
Right.
But they
Very
can't.
cool.
They can only take up to.
Half.
So trucks got blown tires.
Truck's got blown tires, so it becomes. I don't even remember how we got it off of there. I think
Bunch of tanker bars, but I don't know. I couldn't see. I don't know how they got it across the bridge. They just
That's what I'm
dragged the
saying.
shit out of it.
they did.
Just
but it
put
kept
it in 4 low and just push the skinny pedal.
and it kept like clanging into the girders, and we're all like, how much is this bridge going to take? But they get to the other side. But in it, how long were we there? Like 20 something hours?
Long enough for you to shit like 4 times.
Yes. I had a terrible case of Saddam's revenge. Terrible case. It was nothing
Shit
but
on that back tire like 4 times in 3 hours.
nothing but mucus and blood for like 3 months is all that came out of my body.
Great weight loss program.
It was a great weight loss program. But so we get to their side, and I think we had been just running hard or something. We were all just beat, exhausted. And it was like, what, 10 minutes, 15 minutes to Warhorse after that?
From where we were?
Yeah.
Yes. But then
So-
you have to wait to get in the gate.
Yes, you got to. And so part of the getting in the gate is you got to clear your weapon. And we're all just bone tired. And Steve
This is
walks
where the
up.
meat. This is where the meat part comes in.
This is where the
Put a
Steve
weapon,
comes
and you
in.
just, like point the gun and pull the trigger.
Yeah,
Kind of, but in a
the-
barrel
Yeah, they got like a barrel
that
full
captures
of sand.
it.
They actually do that.
Yeah.
Well, so yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
I thought I was gonna
you're
make
not
a
supposed
joke.
to
No,
actually.
you
That's a real
you
thing?
empty it, right?
You're
And
not
then
supposed to rip one
you
off in the
rack it,
barrel.
and then you pull a trigger to make sure there isn't one in the chamber.
And then you're good to go in.
Interesting. Okay.
Now, see,
This will make
Pa-
sense
pause
in
for a
about 10
second.
seconds.
My group, I had a little sticker on my
Interesting.
ID card that said I could carry hot anywhere I wanted to,
Yes.
Nice.
which prevented me from detonating some majors. But that whole thing, you're in a damn war zone. There are still actually people shooting at you occasionally, and there are actually people trying to blow you up
That's
occasionally.
because active
and we
duty
can't
lives in
walk
garrison too
around with a
much.
freaking bullet in our gun.
Yeah, that's because active duty
Oh.
lives in garrison too much.
Judas
That's
Priest,
their
that
world.
pissed me off.
That's their
Anyway,
world.
so
It was very, very
Judas
frustrating. So I walk up to a clearing barrel, do my thing. Steve walks up next to me. Bang! That's an Article 15, if someone catches you.
It was in the barrel.
It was in the barrel. It was in a safe direction.
Yeah.
You can always break
It wasn't bang. It was more like, boom.
with a lot more volume.
We still had our bows on.
Steve racks his rifle. Bunk. Magazine's still in it.
Are you tired, Steve?
My eyes are open about this much.
Yeah, poor guy was so tired. Like, Steve, you got to take the mag out. Takes the mag out. Bunk. Still had one in the chamber.
It's clear now.
I think that's exactly what he said. I look around. Everybody else was so tired that nobody else noticed, and I was like,
He
"Sweet,
walks up
we're
to
good."
me. He's like, "Did you?" Yep. We just went to the. I think we went to the chow hall.
I think we did.
Yeah.
I gotta ask a question.
I get that sandwich.
I do love the war stories, but I hate it. I hate that we have to even go there. When you guys were overseas, what did you guys feel like for the locals? What did you feel like?
We met a lot of nice people.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd say largely they're great people.
Yep.
They want to farm or ranch or whatever their equivalent is and be left alone.
In contrast to a lot of people's stories, we had a pretty lucky deployment. We had one in our scenarios. We had one detonation,
Well, and an RPG.
but
First mission into crit.
was that during the left seat, right seat handoff?
Yeah.
I was not on that.
Ah.
So 0 for 0. It's like my first deployment too. Everywhere I went, nothing fucking happened, which is great.
That is great.
Boring as shit,
Yeah.
but it's great. And then people start making jokes, and they start fighting over whose truck you're gonna ride in, because they don't want to get blown up. They start making leprechaun jokes.
I kind of love to hear this story because everywhere I've traveled in the world, it's just great to meet
Yeah.
people.
No, we handed out all kinds of stuff,
Make friends with people,
especially in
and
the wrecker. We would just because
Well,
we were lower
involuntarily.
Oh yeah, well that was kind of like Brainerd's thing. So I'm like, fuck, I want to do it too, right? So I'm in the wrecker, and then in the wrecker, you don't have anywhere near the amount of equipment. It's kind of armored, right? But I don't have all the fancy whiz bang. I don't have the big tablet where I can see everyone's position, and I can't fucking instant message them and write reports, and very important reports.
Can't be bothered.
I mean,
And
I get it. I'm sure there's
I can open my door really
People
easily, and
around
I'm
the
lower
world
to the
that's-
ground, right? So I'd stop at the checkpoints.
Yeah.
And we just put all the goodies in the wrecker, right? So I'm handing out water, handing out Pop-Tarts, like spare boots. You go to like the supply guys, got any more extra boots? Fucking hand those guards fucking boots, like brand new boots. And they're like, fuck yeah. Like in their really bad attempt at American accent, right? We're playing like music on our PA for them. They're out there doing like the Cupid Shuffle at their checkpoint.
That's right.
Yo, Steve-O, I got a question. Do you got a good cigar for me right now?
No.
Okay. So, I guess what I was saying is like, why do people want to harm each other? It just doesn't make
human
a lot
nature.
of sense. It doesn't make sense.
Well, I think
It is. You're right.
I
it's human
personally have
nature.
this uncontrollable desire to harm useless things, like make them disappear.
Right.
And I mean, that's me personally. Like ground squirrels, screw those little guys.
I love them. I
They're-
love seeing that they're making a comeback. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no. They dig holes. Badgers follow them down. Horses step in the hole and they die. They're useless, freaking, squeaking fur balls.
Oh my gosh, dude! I want to talk more. Maybe not tonight, but I want to talk more about that.
So, I kind of have a handle on
That
the fact
cracks
that
me
I
up.
want to destroy useless objects.
You're an
But it-
anomaly, though.
But if somebody doesn't control that, because everybody's got something now.
So it's impulse
Right.
control.
I mean, every single person is a balance of good and evil. It's whether you feed the evil or you feed the good. So when you're asking why do people, well, because you have fed the good and they have fed the evil.
I don't think
My apologies. You go.
I don't think people are more violent or more evil now. I think they're less.
I would agree with that.
As a whole, I
I
agree.
think-
yeah.
They're less, but they're just bitchy.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
So the
People are-
problem is
people are
that you
so
see
bitchy.
it.
But they don't.
It's the visibility, right? It's
Yeah.
the scale of like modern humanity, right? Things are getting easier and easier and easier. People are getting less and less violent, but your visibility is climbing faster than people's temperaments mellowing.
I know.
So
that,
it's going to appear like more violence is happening and more bad shit's happening, but it's because the visibility of those things is happening faster than the decline of violence. So it appears that people are being more violent and more
Well,
killings happening, but I don't think it is.
I think it's also shifting because it's like you said, your visibility is greater. So you can't get away with like getting into a fist fight at the park, right? But if you look, I don't know if you've looked at like I can't remember who it is. There was someone that they did like a ping to see how many people were actively accessing child pornography in the U.S. and it was like 350,000 active users.
It's a lot.
That's
at once.
definitely one I will stand right behind whoever's
Doing the
running
shooting.
that program.
July 1st.
I'm
Today.
I'm right
Hey,
there.
congratulations.
I will
Firing squads
stand
are back
behind
on
that
the table.
program all
For
day
Idaho?
long.
Today.
Nice. Way to go, Idaho.
So continue that point. So
I'm
Oh,
sorry. I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good, John. I think the evil is just less visible. I think the evil quotient is probably the same. It's just less visible.
So
now,
it's because they can do it in places that you can't see, right? They can
Right.
do it in their home.
right. And you can, it's still, you don't think, a lot of people don't think of it as violence, but it is,
Yeah, sure.
right? Even if you're not actually physically touching anybody, and it doesn't have to be child pornography.
You're making it a
could be-
commodity.
right. It could be, revenge porn or any of those things that
You're making
is
it a
violence.
commodity.
Right.
Because you're a viewer.
Right. And you are contributing to that violence and allowing it to perpetuate.
People
through
didn't watch
consuming.
it would be produced less.
Correct. Right. It would still be done.
It would still be done.
'Cause
But the
there's
fact that
always
it's
gonna
produced
be-
on the scale it is because there's an audience
There
and
is a
they pay
market.
for it.
yeah,
Yep, there
which
is a
terrifying.
market.
Absolutely.
So this winds to there's a couple groups out there that are doing a lot about it, but there's groups that aren't as very widely known that are doing as much too. Back in what was this 2013 or 14, there was an Operation Jade Helm that went big and famous because some senator left a government paper on the table. So I participated in one of those operations down in Salt Lake City, and one of the guys that came in and role played with us was pastor. He used to be a recon Marine, and he was in one of the, I can't remember whether it was Fallujah or one of the really gnarly ones in the first invasion, but he saw most of his platoon get smoked. And he was sitting in the back of a church one day, and he was like, "You know what? I'm just going to end it. Why God are you letting all this terrible stuff happening to people?" And he said he heard a voice in his head that said, "No, why are you letting it happen? Because you have the skill set to do something." And so he went from being suicidal in the back of a church to funding a group that rescues trafficked children. And he's, basically that movie Taken. He is that guy.
Nice.
If you can get a hold of him within 10 or 15 hours, he will find your kid. And so while we were down there doing that operation, he had gotten news through his organization that there was a sale going on in Salt Lake. And so he went to the organizers and said, "Hey, I know we're doing this operation this evening, but there's a sale of a child going on at midnight. Can we move on that too?" And so after we got done doing that big operation, the final op, he's covered in moulage because he was a casualty during the operation. So half of him's bloody. He's got pig intestines hanging out of his shirt.
Perfect.
We walked into a park with 6 MARSOC Marines and got this girl back.
Nice.
Nice.
And that dude that was selling her, he absolutely thought he was dead.
Well, you should have been.
He pissed his pants, crapped himself, lay on the ground. The girl was drugged out of her mind, but got him back. And
Good.
I think there's got to be some way for more of those organizations to be helped publicly. But because he does it, he doesn't talk it, he just does it, he's not well known.
Yeah. Well, I think that's probably the way to go because anytime you get well known, then you become a target for the people that
You're
are
recognizable.
Or you can't go under the radar to get to where you need to be.
right. Or, because the people that are doing that stuff, they have resources, they have money, they have
Stupid money,
assets,
unfortunately.
they have people who have limited or no scruples at their beck and call.
Yep.
So the second you put yourself out there, you become a target for them. And if you're really good at what you're doing, then you can guarantee that they're going to do something about it. It's just basic business. Like basic business tactics say, if I can't beat you fair and square, then I'm going to tear you apart any way I can. I'm going to slander you. I'm going to...
And by not making it visible allows them to do their job better.
Right. Yeah. But then also, anytime you're working in the dark, it seems like that doesn't last very long before you are part of the dark.
Sure. Yeah.
You know?
It's yes.
And I've been,
Well,
very impressed that he's still in operation. He's managed to keep himself a little far from that.
I'm sure there's a book speaking of Pashtuns, like earlier, I forget. I think you turned me onto the book, and it's about an officer that was like embedded with the Pashtuns for months and months and months and months, and eventually like adopted their religion and their ways, but then became like addicted to the drugs they were doing and everything else, and went down this dark hole. Right, still trying to do his job and help them and complete his mission at the same time, but he was also in that line of work where it's not visible, it's not known, it's not praised. Right. So it was easy for him to fall into that hole because there's no exposure, no one's checking on him.
Right.
Everything at greater and greater levels becomes more normal.
Yeah. Yeah, I was thinking about your statement about why does God let these bad things happen. That one's something that I always find interesting because maybe you know where it's at in the Bible, but somewhere in the Bible it says that agency is the greatest gift that God ever gave man. So the ability to choose for yourself is the greatest gift, according to the Bible, that God gave man. And then people are like, why does God let these bad things happen? I'm like, well, they have agency, which is God's greatest gift, and they're just choosing to use it very poorly. It's not like God's sitting up there like, yes, a genocide. I've been waiting for another one of these.
And so
It's for people to prove themselves.
And then I'm not sure if that specific quote is in the book of Genesis or Exodus, but that's where that whole plan is lined out. And part of that is the opposite, and the reason that Satan or Lucifer was cast out was because he was going to force everyone to do the right thing.
Yeah, no
the
agency.
exact opposite of agency. They were to be forced. And so the basic division between the good and the evil is control and freedom.
That makes me think of a conspiracy that I've been playing with.
Yes.
So, what if we were the dinosaurs' AI?
Okay.
What if the dinosaurs had like some mega handle on bioengineering and they're like, man, I'm so sick of doing my laundry. Let's make these monkeys a little smarter.
Let's give them mushrooms, make their brains bigger.
Okay, so I love this because wow, I am spinning right now.
Yeah, it's a good one, isn't it?
So
And maybe not the dinosaurs, maybe something else. Maybe
And that's who the lizard people are.
Aha!
oh
There's
my gosh,
there's still a
Steve,
few of them
Steve,
kicking around.
Steve, wow, Steve. Okay, so
Why do they all look like the dinosaurs from Mario Brothers in the 90s?
why
Maybe
does
they're
the,
trying to tell
why,
us something.
Remember?
Why does
The
the
Remember that
side,
Japanese are
movie?
trying to tell us something.
Like, such a good movie.
Okay, so recent brain studies, and I'm not sure exactly how recent, but the last 10 years, culminating to some more recent stuff. Dan Brown from Angels and Demons. And
Oh, yeah.
he's written a book about this. And I love his books because he takes these real factual points and then he expands them into a fictional story that's, a potential. So I went and read the real studies, and there is a huge amount of data now on the brain suggesting that, everybody kind of thought, how is the brain doing what it's doing? Because it's ridiculous. And we've got these supercomputers that still can't do what the brain's doing, even if you limit it just to our sight.
Okay.
So, I mean, look at what an NVIDIA graphics processor or an AMD graphics processor has to do to render an image. And yet our brain and our eyeballs do that at 60 to 70 frames per second, depending on the person, all day long, every day, with a tenth of the energy that an NVIDIA will use in every second. So they're like, okay, so the brain is doing stuff that doesn't make sense. And they've known that. They're like, we're going to figure this out. Well, now they're getting to a point where they've done enough studying and testing of the brain that they've gone and said, we can prove that the processing to do that is not actually happening in the physical tissue of the brain.
Consciousness is non-local.
Consciousness is non-local.
Yeah.
And so that then develops to, you've got
The
the
universal
sudden,
intelligence?
no, well, part of it, but sudden savant syndrome. Are you familiar with what that is?
Yeah.
Yes, I've seen The Accountant too, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I love that show.
I know, it's you.
They try. He went a little too autistic. In
That's
the second
you
one.
with a sport bike.
The farm shooting scene is one of my favorite parts.
I haven't seen it yet.
You got to
What
see
about
the second one.
the first
It's
one. You've seen the
amazing.
first
I've seen the first one.
So in the first one, the farm shooting scene is probably my favorite part of the whole
It's
show.
fantastic.
You'll love the second
So
one.
So this savant syndrome is, they're essentially saying your brain is doing, it's running your body. That we can absolutely account for all those processes. It runs your body. But the brain is receiving instructions from somewhere else.
Okay. Yeah.
And so if the brain changes, the instructions the brain can receive change.
Agreed.
So the sudden savant syndrome is basically saying your antenna got whacked, and now suddenly you are tuned into mathematics or religion, or not religion, but music.
Your frequency changed.
A
No,
language.
the frequency that you can detect changed.
Okay.
You can tune differently.
And so you have a consciousness that is you, but then your consciousness, your brain, taps into features that are omnipresent.
Your wheelhouse changes.
Yeah.
And so as you learn English, your brain tunes itself to understand the English frequency. You learn Spanish, but somebody can get whacked in the head and get knocked onto the
French.
I speak 7 dozen languages frequency. And so, I mean, I'm paraphrasing this really hard, but essentially our brain is just an instrument that's detecting the reality where we actually exist. And we are a meat mech.
Right.
And our brain is the antenna connecting this meat mech to me and that meat mech to you, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
And everything else is a feature that our brain is tuned to understand.
Yep.
Right.
Inside of you is a wet skeleton.
Yeah. So here's the deal. That really, your dinosaur AI. Well, the AI figured out how to possess bodies.
That's wild. Dinosaur AI.
And so then what caused the dinosaurs to go extinct? Did we do it?
We did it. I think we did it. And well, when I say I think,
Yeah, obviously.
this is
So
just
it
playing
wasn't a
along.
meteor.
in
It
the
was
thing.
just a really big bomb. Nah.
So
Have you- so-
Tartaria.
Tartaria, yeah, Tartaria could well be tied in with it. Have you read? I can't. It's one of the Hindu scriptures. They talk about things like atomic bombs or like a device that you can program to single out a specific person, and then you release it, and it goes and finds them and chops their heads off, and
Kind of
it
like
comes
how
back
in like
to you.
Egyptian hieroglyphs, there's like depictions of spaceships and like helicopters.
Yeah,
I watched Stargate.
Such a good show. Oh, they might be bringing it back.
Oh, nice. But no, that's the other one. There's that temple pyramid in India that is carved out of the stone.
Oh, yeah. That's. Have you
And-
seen that?
Oh, the one that's carved out of one piece of stone.
It's
Right.
a
Yes.
mountain
And
that
not
they
only
just
that,
carved into it.
Yes.
it's a super dense basalt.
but it's
that-
one piece, and they carved it into
One
it.
entire piece.
And the Rockwell hardness of the rock is higher than most refined hardened carbon tools. Meaning that you can give somebody a really high quality pickaxe and they can whack at that rock and they'll remove 2 pounds of rock in a week. It would have taken the entire history of the United States to build one room in that place by hand. So then they're looking at the fact that the only tools that we have in modern time that could even possibly do this are sonic or thermal drills. Either a laser drill that high frequency fragments the rock, and then there's support in the way that structure looks, that it looks like they did use some sort of thermal drill.
They needed Bruce Willis.
So there's clearly a lot of. I don't know that reference, and it's bugging me.
Armageddon.
yeah.
They go to they land on the asteroid and they drill.
You mean the
Why is
comet.
it harder to teach astronauts how to drill than drillers
How to-
become astronauts?
Dude, one of my favorite parts of that
That
movie
is probably very true.
is
I
when they're
think it would
taking
be.
when they're taking everybody through the psychological evaluations on that movie.
The hard part is their science knowledge, not the part of being an astronaut.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
The physical parts.
It's
any-
them
any
doing their
skilled
experiments
individual.
is why they're valuable, not the fact that they put a suit on, they hop in a vehicle someone else made for them, follow coordinates someone else input for them, and sat in a seat and
Project,
flew it.
Project Hail Mary.
Yes. Except you're not going to be drugged and forced onto the ship.
Right,
I'm pretty
but
sure
again-
we would all be like,
The
Here I am.
reason that he was successful was because he had an overwhelming knowledge of science, not because he was a good astronaut.
he also had an opposing point of view and went against the grain and wasn't afraid to voice his opinions. That's what made him valuable.
And truly look without biases.
Yes. He's like, that's absurd. I have to try.
Well, I know this is fiction because they would have kicked that guy out way before they put him on that mission.
The only reason he went on is because everybody else blew up.
So, and you weren't following social norms. They gave all control to one person.
Mm-hmm.
So there was no like, oh, he's weird, he can't go. We need to talk them into this. We need to do it.
Strad decided it was done.
She had supreme power.
And surprisingly, she used it quite well. Other than the fact that she forced
Because she's
him to
autistic
go.
as fuck, and she had no emotion
I
involved.
I really like the character of Strand. She was freaking awesome.
It was a great. I can't wait till the next one.
Oh, that's right. He's writing it for the show.
Rocky's Revenge.
Yeah, he's writing it for the show.
I don't know what he's mad about, but
He's mad at Strad for sending Grace without his permission. That's what I heard on a podcast.
Oh,
we'll
okay.
see.
I'll have to look for that. I didn't know. I've been waiting. I didn't look for a reason. I'm like, well, why the fuck's he mad? All right, I'm in.
I'm on.
Team Rocky.
I'll have to read it.
It's very good.
Even the audiobook is well. It's my favorite narrator, anyways. But
And
it's great.
I would say that it's one of the very best movie adaptations I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, they did change things, but one of the things they didn't do is they didn't break the spirit of the show.
No,
They didn't deviate from the script that I can even really think of.
everything is in order.
Yeah, and
It's very small details. If you go back and watch it, a lot of those small details that took a lot of describing in the book are in the scene.
Mhm.
They actually, they used no CGI in that movie.
yeah.
It's
Really?
all practical
Well, they
effects.
did.
That's great.
They technically deleted the green screen. The dude running the puppet. He was wearing a green screen.
But it's a puppet.
Yes, it's a puppet.
It's not computer animated.
That's
it's a
cool.
puppet.
And the puppeteer is the voice.
Oh, that's nice.
It is him,
Yeah.
which is great. Like you watch interviews of that puppeteer. It's great. Like his banter, they only picked him because he chose to be on set because basically Ryan Reynolds did that movie by himself.
Right? No, not Ryan Reynolds.
Sorry. Wow. That is not Ryan Reynolds. Ryan Gosling.
Yeah.
The other Ryan. Apparently I like Ryans.
They're both very handsome.
Yes. But yeah, they picked him because he would stay on set with him because Ryan Gosling stayed on set. He slept there and like lived in the ship.
To get in character.
Yeah, he stayed there during the production. He just stayed there, which is pretty cool.
That is.
But the puppeteer decided to stay with him. So it got to the point where there was nothing Ryan could say or Rocky could say that they wouldn't have an instant zinger. Like the chemistry was perfect. They didn't have to everything was written for them. Like they knew the story. They could just throw shit in there, and it was just like I don't know, like a bromance, but with a rock.
Yes.
That's kind of what it is.
We're spoiling it here.
No, anybody that watched this podcast knows because somehow we've mentioned it every fucking episode.
Got Hail Mary on the brain.
All right, so let's bring up something else that was a pat because I want your opinions about this. K-pop Demon Hunters.
Haven't watched it.
Haven't watched it.
Really?
It might be because we don't have kids in that wheelhouse.
Yeah. So I'll just put this out there. I was like, no, whatever, but it was Odessa's turn to pick, and so we watched K-pop Demon Hunters, and I was in there getting the chicken nuggets. And
Was it dinosaur shaped?
the show, no, not yet.
Damn it.
The show starts. I step in the door, and the first scene really hits. I stood in the damn door for 25 minutes.
That's a parent thing.
With the freaking chicken nugget still in my hand because it just captivated me.
Okay.
Right on.
All right.
I like it a lot, and I've got the entire soundtrack on my phone.
I'm willing to watch it. The wife won't. I'll just watch it by myself.
So yeah, it was shockingly good.
Good.
No shit.
Yeah.
I have not watched a show or a movie since my son was born.
And that's probably why you're a better person than us.
Well, no. It's just we didn't want
That's
to.
amazing. I think that's absolutely
I think it's
amazing.
pretty amazing how, and this is from an outsider's perspective, how much you guys are on the same page.
Which guys?
You and your wife about things like that. Like every time, just catching conversations. You guys are, and not everybody fights about shit.
Oh, sure.
But as far as the things that matter, you guys seem like you're miraculously on the same page, effortlessly.
Yeah, when it comes to him, we're pretty in sync.
Yeah,
We're pretty in sync.
it's apparent, and I've only
that.
been around him a little while, right?
Yeah.
Cute little bastard,
Thanks.
not a bastard.
Well, You never know.
One of mine is.
You did have a freaking
He
secret.
was at the wedding. There's photo evidence.
You did have a secret brother.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
fuck yeah.
So wild.
That's a wild story in itself.
That is a wild story. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
Should I tell it?
Fuck yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
let's.
Well,
Secret brother. Like the tunnel, but not.
Oh God.
Is that an internet reference even you know?
Yes, that's Avatar: The Last Airbender. When, yes, secret. Yes.
Secret tunnel.
Ta-da. Fabulous.
Should that be the name of the episode?
Secret Tunnel. I don't know the reference.
This is going to be like the easiest episode ever to like find clips in.
Good. Yeah, I was raised as the oldest of 4 kids. And then when I was like 36, 7, found out I have a full brother who is 2 years, well, just about 2 years older than me.
Yeah, the fact he's a full brother is wild.
Yeah. Yeah. It is pretty weird.
I've only met your dad a few times, but I can see how it happened.
Okay.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's weird because we don't really know. My folks are like, it was a long time ago. I don't really remember why or anything. I'm like, what do you mean you don't know why?
You gave up a child
That
and you
sounds a
don't
hell
remember
of a
why.
lot like mind your own business. I don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, it does sound like that.
Yeah.
But also,
You're
it's kind of
missing
my
a story
business.
about his secret brother.
Oh, I'll reminisce later.
But yeah, so I have a older brother that's 2 years older than me. I didn't know about till I was in my late 30s.
That's fucking wild.
He's got 4 kids. They're awesome. Great. He's awesome. We're basically like
the same person.
the same person.
And you only, he lives in like Utah, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So you guys grew up like 4 hours apart.
Well, what's even crazier is my cousins
2.5 less.
My cousins lived with like 30 minutes from him, and we spent a ton of time down there.
That's
growing
fucking
up.
crazy. You guys probably in the same fucking grocery store at the same time.
Yeah. Well, a bunch of my cousins shop at the grocery store his wife worked at.
Yeah. That's fucking wild.
Pretty weird. Pretty weird.
Insane.
Yeah.
So I didn't have a secret brother, but I had a guy that when I was
No, but you have brothers that are already collecting Social Security.
yeah, well we can go there. But,
And it's because they're
So
that old.
this is when I was recruiting to the National Guard. So the National Guard had this pre-recruitment training program before you went to basic, where you kind of go get in shape and get early. And we go to the Chuckarama in Pocatello, and I walk in my little army fatigues, right? And the guy behind the counter goes, "Ben, why are you freaking late? You have not. Why are you?" It just starts chewing me out. I'm like,
You're betting now, huh?
I'm not Ben, dude. Stop it, Ben. This isn't funny. This is like the 3rd time. This is not freaking funny. And then Ben comes
Shows up.
in, and everybody's doing triple takes because we looked identical. Same haircut, same glasses, same cut of glasses, same height, same build. He was also wearing National Guard pre-training pants and a
shit.
different shirt.
and his
Because
name was Hibbert.
no, his name, but he was in the Guard. He was already in the Guard. He deployed once already and come back. He was 21, I was 27, and we looked identical. And it was an immediate friendship, like, because he's like, this guy's yelling at me. Ben comes in.
Friends?
The guy just looked at it and was like, "Who the fuck said you had a twin?" What?
You want to go do
I'm like,
karate
"I've
in the
never
garage?"
seen him before." And then we shake hands and it was best friends.
Don't you touch my drums.
But this
I'm gonna
was
put my nutsack in your drums.
this
Do
was
not
how
touch my drums.
this was how uncanny the thing was. We actually,
Sorry.
I took a date to the Chuckarama, and halfway through we switched. He was working,
Wait, what?
so he was working at the Chuckarama. I took a date to the Chuckarama.
No, you switched-
I went to the bathroom.
Oh,
we
I thought you
switched.
switched dates.
I went and stood behind the counter. He sat down with the girl, and it took her 3 or 4 minutes to realize we'd switched. And then it took the guys in the back about 2.5 seconds to realize I wasn't Ben because I didn't know what the hell I was doing.
Okay.
And I take somebody to say
I
the
need
girl
to
didn't like
apologize,
that.
But wait a minute. You have a twin brother.
No, I
No,
don't.
no.
I have a look-alike,
Oh.
That he
which I
met
randomly met
in
at
the
Chuckarama.
military.
A doppelganger.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Named Ben.
And then as we
I
both
missed
got
that part of the
older,
story. I
the,
apologize. I was gone for a minute.
as we both got older, the
can watch it on the
resemblance
internet later.
shifted. But at that point, we looked identical for like a year and a half.
That's insane.
Is that Ben Joseph?
That's hilarious.
Oh, so you've met him.
I have.
Yeah. Shit.
Yep. He and I worked together for a summer building bikes at Walmart.
No shit.
Or maybe not a whole summer. It was like a short stint. And my mom's brother also worked there. He's got a hole in his wrist. So he's my great uncle. There's a house that when they were growing up, everybody said was haunted.
Mm-hmm.
And so he was like, well, I'm not scared of it. I'll take my shotgun in there. And so he goes in there with his shotgun. And, he's my great uncle. So he's like,
Little foreshadowing.
He's still alive.
But he's not a Kurt Cobain.
Nope.
Okay.
His brain's not in his wrist.
But almost.
Tell me some more. I want to hear.
So he goes into this house and he's like, I'm not scared of this house. So I think he was trying to impress a girl or something. And so he goes in there with his shotgun, comes out, and he's like, see, it's no big deal. Puts the butt of his shotgun on the ground, rests his hand over the top.
went
It
off.
was a Browning A5. And they are notorious for getting a real...
I have a full auto version just because it's so worn out.
By accident.
Yeah. Put his
Accidental
hand
pull
over
out.
it.
And bump fired it.
Yep. Shotgun went off. He wears a watch over it, but he's got like
shit.
a puckered
He should just get an
hole.
implant where he just like
So,
no wrist, no watch band.
you boys have all boys, men, and what
Fellas.
do you want to call you? You men have all done active duty service, right?
Yeah, in some way or another. Yeah.
Yep.
When ever did a girl think a shotgun's not cool?
Well, nowadays, a lot of them don't think they're cool.
Unfortunately.
A lot of them are like,
I'm
"Ew,
trying to reciprocate up your story, but I might have done it incorrectly.
So, do you remember the time that you all, and by you, I can't remember. No, you weren't there. We were driving to Boise, and that girl flashed us from the car, and I did not pull over because I was driving.
That's
and
right.
Harmon and like 4 or 5, like Harmon
Yeah, it's a
almost
medic thing. I
killed
was
me
not a medic.
because I did not pull over when they did. Do you remember that?
I do remember that.
Were they like in another car?
They were
Yes.
in like a big van.
They were
No,
in a
you
big
don't have
van.
to
They
pull
were-
over. You just gotta.
No, but see, here's the
lift
deal.
the skinny
We're
pedal a
driving.
little.
See, we're driving. They pulled up beside us, and they were like talking back and forth. And I don't know what Harmon was doing in the back because I was
He's probably
driving.
doing this.
No, so she flashes us, and then they pull in front of us and pull off at the rest
That's
stop.
their civil duty.
And they
That's right.
And Harmon was like screaming, "Pull off, pull off, pull off!" And I was like, not doing it.
Not doing it.
And here's
Girls
the-
are
here's the funny
scary.
thing. Like, I don't know what you
And
guys
you
thought.
probably should have, but go on.
I don't know what you guys thought my reason was, but my internal reason was they're gonna get all the ass. I'm not gonna get nothing. Nobody's getting any. Here we go.
Fuck these guys.
Well, we were in uniform in a government vehicle
Yeah,
And we
and
had
had somewhere to be.
we were
so
on a schedule.
They knew
that
their
was
job.
but that was
Yeah.
the excuse I gave you.
They had
But
one
that was
job.
not the real reason I didn't stop.
I bought
And
it.
for once, they succeeded.
I looked down because McGill wanted me to write his number down on
A piece of
a
paper.
piece of paper to hold
Everybody
it up to
thought
the
he
window.
liked boys then, anyways.
Is that opinion changed?
Have you seen his Facebook?
I've hung out with him since.
I don't know, but could you guys teach me to shoot 1,000 yards?
Yep.
Yes.
We'll take care of that guy.
No, I like McGill. McGill's good.
Sorry,
He is a
that
good
was,
dude.
that was wrong.
No, it wasn't.
My bad.
You're learning.
So anyway,
You're learning,
you
John.
missed it. Didn't you? You missed the booby flash.
I missed the booby flash because of that.
Son of a bitch. Timing's a bitch.
I remember Harmon. I think Harmon hated me for years for that. For not pulling over when those girls did, because they were definitely wanting us to pull over. There was
Hell
no
yeah.
question.
There
Yes.
was probably
They got
plenty
in-
of room in that
They got
van.
in front of us and hit the brakes hard and then got off at a rest stop.
And I kept going,
Yes, you did.
and they were
You
pissed.
son of a bitch.
I think did you come up to me later and was like, I think that was the right choice? Did you? Say
I
that?
probably did tell you that.
Yeah. Because was that when Boggs was there too?
I think it was pre-Boggs.
Medics have the weirdest stories.
Oh, dude.
How about the time we were going to Boise and it was like a little Nissan Versa going the opposite direction, swerves into the median,
Yes.
and then clears both lanes
Yep.
and nosedives into the dirt on the.
That happened to
And we pulled over and helped.
in military attire in a van going to Boise for customs inspection training.
Ah,
the worst class ever, because now you have to dig through everyone's stuff when you deploy. The amount of fleshlights I found is disturbing.
Flashlights.
And you have to confiscate
And you
those.
still got to open them to make sure nothing's
Wait a
in there.
For one, why do I know that term? And for two,
Yeah,
how many flashlights did you find?
at least a dozen.
That's
In one bag.
hilarious.
I believe it.
You know where the first one was?
Yeah.
The bishop, Sergeant Bishop,
Sergeant Bishop.
the guy
He
that
got sent home because people found a loaded magazine. Granted, he was a little fucking weird anyways, and they found a loaded magazine with other soldiers' names written on all the bullets.
Oh, fuck's sake.
What?
Whoops.
But in
Actual
in
fuck?
country.
so in
Yeah, that's a little overboard.
so we
Something's
we
going
sent
on
him
there.
home. We sent him home early.
Okay.
I was doing IV training, and he was. It was before we left, and he was like, "Ah, man, I've seen so much stuff in my life. I've seen blood and guts, and I've
Face
been
down
to
the
war."
ground, wasn't he?
Yep.
What a bitch.
Second, the needle touched his arm.
Just fucking found the off switch.
I'm pretty sure there's a couple people that I've encountered in my life that I actually kind of would wish that they were dead. But I really don't wish that they
It's
were
a
dead.
thought people have for sure.
Right.
And see,
but I've never actually taken the time to put their name on a
Oh
bullet.
yeah. Yep.
That is fucking
Flashlight wasn't the only
crazy.
thing I found in there. There
That
was
is wild, man.
expensive webcam video equipment, all kinds of stuff. So I think he was like ahead of the curve, like before OnlyFans even existed.
Wow.
Good for him.
and do you remember that time I almost
If
shot
he made
Boggs
any
through my
money off
door?
He's an
That shit-
entrepreneur.
That's not good for him. That's.
But anyways, so
Sounds
I
like
was
he's
going
a
to
creep.
Boise for that training, and then I was in a minivan with Danielson and Laporto.
Porto.
He's the one that didn't go on deployment with us because he got in a bar fight and pulled a gun on somebody, and then the guy stole his gun from him and shot him
Embarrassing.
in Rigby.
He actually got his gun taken away from him.
He was hammered, got in an altercation, pulled a gun. The dude disarmed him and shot him in the arm.
That's one thing. You should not ever take firearms to a bar.
No,
I mean, when
Unless you're not
everyone's drinking, you
if
should
you're not drinking, there's nothing wrong with it.
Right.
But people are stupid when they drink a lot. So we were traveling up. We had all our military shit, and there was this little like. This was before Nissan Versus. It was an older vehicle, like 90s, maybe it might have been a 2-door Metro hatchback.
I bet it was a Subaru.
No, it was it was older than that. And there was this couple coming home from college, and he fell asleep, and he went in one of those deep medians, woke up, and just gave it the old yank. Well, they sent it a little too hard, and they cleared all the lanes, hit the front passenger nose, and proceeded to barrel roll about 4 times between 3 different bounces. All the glass broke. All of their dorm room contents flew everywhere. The car was empty, but they were so obese, they didn't get injured. They were literally like
What?
A B pillar, shoulder, 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 B pillar.
Just wedged in there.
They didn't
like
go
a log
anywhere.
jam.
They had minor scrapes and cuts from the glass flying, and we didn't let them out of the vehicle because that was a major accident.
Yeah, that you don't.
We
they could have
stopped.
spinals
We
and-
stopped traffic on the highway. We fucking stopped traffic, and then some like 65-year-old sheriff came and like told us to get out of the road and open traffic up. Just as the fucking helicopter's landing, and instead of landing on the highway, which would have been way better for them to work and landing, he opened the highway and they landed up on a side hill in the sagebrush, and then had to carry all of their equipment over like 2
Hundreds
barbed wire
of
fences
yards.
and through the sagebrush.
And then,
Wow.
What a fucking retard.
yeah.
All right. I gotta ask the group: how many of you guys have ridden in the bed of your parents' truck, your dad's truck?
Oh yeah.
Oh yes, for
sure.
sure. Absolutely.
And nowadays, that's not a thing. You can get cited. You can
Yeah.
be arrested.
I think it's I think
For
it is
letting your-
legal as long as all the seatbelts are utilized, and you're not on the interstate.
Right, but there's no seat belts in the bed of a pickup.
No, you're considered cargo at that point.
So about we got highway wrecks, no seatbelts. I was coming home from work I was commuting to Idaho
You
Falls
don't
and back.
see it as much.
So it's like 6:30 at night. It had just gotten dark, and I come over the crest between Teton Valley and Rexburg. There's a hill. It's called Clementsville, and there's a straightaway. I come over the straightaway just in time to see some flipping red lights off to the side of the road, and then some headlights, and then dark off the road. I'm like, oh, that wasn't good. And as I get closer, my headlights are illuminating a big pile of dust, and a car has stopped that was completely obscured by the pile of dust. And so I pull off, get out, and the first thing I see is like a 13-year-old kid walking through the field like, where the hell am I? I'm like, hey, what's going on? He's like, I got thrown out of the car. And that's all he can say for like 30 seconds.
That's scary.
So I get it. I pull him over, and I'm like, I tell the other lady, I'm like, go to the car, see if there's anybody. So I sit him down because I'm worried he got ejected. I sit him down, like, how many? He's like, there's 12 of us. I'm like, there's 12 kids? He's like, yeah, there's 12 kids. I'm like, okay.
My Lord.
And I checked him out real quick, and he was basically okay. So I'm like, can you help me find all your brothers and sisters? So I send him around to start. So he's hollering names. The lady goes to the car. She's pulling kids out of the sunroof.
Jesus.
And like, so a couple other cars stopped. Some people, I'm like, and you know, I'm trauma trained. So I'm like, hey, I want you to take these kids and put them here. I want you to take these kids and put them here. And I'm getting the kids that are okay to find the rest of the kids. So finally we round up all the kids, and there were legit 12 kids in a car with 5 seat belts. And every single one of them that was in the back was no longer in the back. They all got ejected through the windows.
Dang.
Holy crap.
None of them got smashed. One kid had a really busted arm. One little kid had a bloody nose. But the thing that worried me the most was this 10-ish-year-old girl. They were sitting there. She looked fine. And I came around, and I'm looking at them, and there was something about it. And I said, hey, are you hurt? And she's like, no, just here. And she's rubbing her stomach. So I asked her, can you lift your shirt? Can I look at your stomach? She lifts it, and she has got a red line going from her ribs to her hip.
Seatbelt?
No, it's got little chunks of glass embedded in it. She got hung up in the window.
Oh.
And she didn't get crushed because there wasn't any corresponding line on her back, but she got hung up and flung. And so I said, hey, can I touch your stomach? I need to check to see. And she had rebound pain, which means internal injury. Something inside there is hurting.
Sure.
So I told everybody there, I'm like, I'm going to keep looking around for the other kids and helping other people. But when the EMTs get here, nobody gets on an ambulance until that girl does.
Right.
Period. And they're like, why? She's like, she may have internal bleeding. Kids compensate. In an hour, she could just drop dead.
At the end of the day,
Just nuts.
did you follow the story? Did they all make it
So
okay?
I was not able to find out what happened to them because, HIPAA and all that stuff. Sure. The part that pissed me off the most about it is that the grandma that was driving, she was kind of trapped in the car because not that she was crushed or anything, but that she was too
Large?
not large, but just out of shape to get out because it was still on its side. She finally gets out. She never asked anybody how any of the kids were one time because I was there when they pulled her out of the car because I was wanting to make sure she was uninjured.
Sure.
And so I was kind of checking on her, asking. She never, not once, the whole time asked how any of the kids were. And that's what smoked me the most.
So, was she like a person that was caring for a bunch of adopted kids?
They were her
or
grandkids.
what?
Great kids?
Grandkids.
They were actually her grandkids.
They were of the group that marries multiple people out there in that
She's a
general area.
fundamentalist.
Yes. And so,
Purple dresses and
yeah, and she was
similar
like,
haircuts.
oh,
That's
there was
why she wasn't
there-
worried about him. She's like, I got like 200 more.
Yeah.
I got one in the bun in the oven anyways.
Yeah, but yeah, she said that she saw a moose and lost control and swerved it off the road.
Grandma was hammered.
I don't know. I didn't smell anything, but yeah, that was the part that made me the maddest was the fact
Yeah.
that she did not seem to give a flying crap about any of the kids. She never asked if they were hurt, if any
A lot
of
of the
them were
women
dead.
in those environments are pretty emotionally numb
Yeah,
at that point in their life. They've been
but
repressed so bad.
no, I never found out the result from that. But I made sure that when the EMTs did get there, that I basically said I started doing a full handoff of like I've got this many kids, this kid's got this kid's got this. This girl is first. She has very probable internal injuries. And they got her on and took off with just her, and then they got another ambulance for the rest of them.
Oh shit!
I always liked the acronym for the abdominal assessment. It's TURD-P.
Turd pee.
TURD-P. Tenderness, rigidity, distension, pulsating mass.
And you still remember it.
Yeah.
I did not.
Good ac-
So
good
what's funny is
acronym.
I don't remember the acronym, but I remembered to check for absolutely everything.
Yeah.
It's a good acronym. You still remember it.
It is a good one.
Throw that out there one more time. Turd P.
Tenderness, rigidity, distension, pulsating mass.
Okay.
Those are all bad things to have in your belly.
Especially the pulsating mass.
Yeah, that means your aorta.
We like our
popped.
acronyms in the Army, especially when they sound inappropriate, but they're not.
Hey, Mackie.
They're inappropriate. They will be made inappropriate.
It works the best because you remember it because we all giggle like school children when we hear it. We're like, that's awesome. And then you never remember. You never forget. Like,
That's
how
right.
long has it been since you've been in some sort of military medical training?
Well, that one's actually used by like the EMTs, and it's not just military. That's like the.
But you weren't an EMT before you were a medic.
I was.
You were an active EMT before you got in.
No, you get your EMT license
Through the military.
through the military,
Which is,
but they have to use the National Registry curriculum.
Gotcha.
Like,
Yes.
they can't.
Got your EMTB at the time.
Yep.
They want you to be able to communicate.
Yes.
And now they have an EMTM. And I dropped all of that in 2012 and went into engineering.
Mm-hmm.
And have been much happier ever since. I really miss helping people.
Yeah.
I really do not miss the politics of the medical industry.
No, it's a mess. Well, and it's not that much fun if you do it. If you do the medical stuff in the military first, your patients don't have rights. It's so much more fun.
Yeah, and you just
You're like, shut up. I know you. I know better.
Yeah, be quiet. You're taking this drug. Sit down. No, it's more free because like it depends on the PA you work under. You know, whoever the provider is you work under. If you have a good rapport with them, they'll show you how to like. Do you want to learn how to do a chest tube? Yeah. Okay. Here's how you do a chest tube. You're good to do that now.
I have an idea how we could have fun again doing that.
Chest tubes?
Mm-hmm, sure.
Why are you looking at Mackie?
No. We just got to have our own contracting company and just work in like Central and South America.
There you go.
I'm game. Sign me up.
I think it's the best of both worlds. We
Sure.
just have to find a rich person
let's-
to back
let's
us.
Hunt traffickers, please.
Also, but we can, we can have a humanitarian cover,
Yeah.
right? Two
Well,
birds.
it
You
can-
can get
doesn't
two
need to-
birds
it doesn't
stoned
need
with
to
one
be a-
joint.
It does not need to be a cover.
You guys remember the Death Valley magazine? You guys remember
Yes,
that? James Price.
I don't.
That
it's kind of like Soldiers of Fortune.
yeah, the guy that ran it. He was a contractor overseas for years and years.
The owner, he was the director of Blackwater.
No, that's Eric Prince.
Oh, Eric Prince. Okay.
James Price. He was. He was like, I don't know, low middle. Like he never was like in charge of like a whole company or anything like that. He just did field contracts. But that's what he did a lot of after he got done contracting. Was like that big. There's some event in the Philippines. Him and his guys were the first on the ground there, doing humanitarian security for humanitarian support.
I mean, the things we enjoy doing and values that we want to help mankind with. I feel like that's the sweet spot.
Yeah, I'm in.
I don't know any millionaires or billionaires, so we got to figure that part out.
I got an
first.
uncle. I got two uncles. I got one that's a billionaire or was. I don't know if he still is.
What are we doing here?
Every billionaire I have ever known worked for has been absolutely eccentric.
Oh yeah,
Like,
They have to
tips $350 on a meal that costs $60, and then gets all upset because tires cost $2 more than they
be.
want.
I would do the same thing.
yeah.
I agree. They are not valued at all the same.
Tires
you're-
costing $2 more.
Yes, but you're not enriching someone's life.
Okay.
But you are protecting your $8 million car, and these tires are way better than the cheapos.
But he's
that you
not
want to
driving
buy.
like you are. He's going to the grocery store and the post office, and that's it.
Well, this is for the trailer that carried the car.
Yeah, but it fulfills a purpose.
So, in other words, you're going to be an eccentric, weird-ass billionaire.
I don't
Come on,
think I'm
Steve,
that
get on
kinda
it.
smart. I agree. I think I can understand those and get in that headspace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're that rich and it's a random trailer you have and you have that kind of money, other things have different value. Like you value things differently. That's how you got to the position you're at. If you're able to enrich people's lives like that and you make an impact, it could turn around and benefit you later in life. But spending $75 on a trailer tire or $300 on a trailer tire because you can probably didn't change your day.
He was Israeli.
Yeah, never mind. Fuck him. I don't know you.
so on that note,
You said she was.
he was Israeli. Yeah, he was Israeli. Yeah, retired Israeli spec ops guy.
Lots of schmeckles.
So here's one
I
for you.
don't know that term.
So we were talking earlier at the very beginning of this about how we've got this great amount of publicity
money.
on stuff like Palestine and Israel conflict, and Israel is evil, and Jews are horrible, and Jews are wonderful, and Jews are persecuted, and both sides of this are going absolutely crappy. And now people are doubting the Holocaust ever happened. Maybe it did, maybe it didn't. So is the Israeli government evil?
Yes.
Are the Israeli people evil?
No.
Okay, and I love to ride this right back to the Bible. Who killed Christ?
Jews.
Which specific Jews?
Government.
Ding. So the people of
Is it
Judea,
3 or 3?
people of Judea,
Glazer.
Triglaza. Freaking, I love this. But the people are the protected people of God. But the Pharisees and the Sadducees, who I think are still in charge, are the very ones that killed God's son. So both things are true.
Yeah, they're people. They you can't. I don't think you can hang.
Two truths can happen at the same time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And so this whole division about, Israel, how can you support Israel? How can you not support Palestine? Well, how can you support Palestine and not Israel? Yes. Fucking yes.
The problem is they're both right, and they want the other one to be wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the problem,
Yeah.
I think.
Have you guys ever looked at or read or listened to or anything about how Israel came to be, the state of Israel?
No.
Oh boy, it's a bummer.
It's not that in depth as I'm
70s
assuming
and-
you have.
It is a bummer.
Yeah.
So the Jews, no one really liked them, right? They kept getting the shit kicked
So
out of
the
them all over
story
Europe,
goes.
right? The Russian pogroms, there's all kinds of bad stuff happening to the
Yeah.
Jewish people. And so they're like, hey, we need a place to hide out. And the people who spearheaded this, the Zionists, they pioneered terrorism,
Okay.
like suicide vests, bombing hotels, all that stuff. Zionists pioneered it. When they first showed up in Palestine, the Palestinians were like, yeah, come on in. We'll give you a piece of land that you can farm. You can hang out here with us. We just got out from under the boot of the Ottoman Empire, so we know what it's like to not be liked by the government you're living under. Welcome in. And then fast forward a few years, they wiped out 90% of the male population through the use of the British Empire, and that they got the British to do it. And when I say they, I mean the Zionists. They got the British Empire to do so through terrorism. The greatest act of terrorism ever perpetrated against the British Empire was by Zionist Jews. It was a hotel bombing. And so they exerted pressure to bring the British Empire's might down upon Palestine. They had extermination camps. They were boiling people alive.
Jesus.
They were like all kinds. It's bad. It's not good.
Pharisees and Sadducees.
That's gnarly.
Yeah, it's not good. And again, I'm not saying that Jews are bad. I'm saying that those Jews are bad.
Just like the certain population of the Muslims are bad, and a certain population of the dark black Christian church. Now, black, not color, but black is in the black cross.
Right.
The Iscariots, the Judists.
Yeah. Or, I mean, even the KKK, they're Christians. Aren't they? They're not my favorite Christians by any stretch, but they are Christians.
Apparently, and they were funded.
Self-proclaimed.
The last couple decades have been funded by the NAACP.
Yeah.
Yeah, go figure.
Gosh, if we
What a
keep having humor and racism, and Dave Chappelle's show gets more popular,
People start
racism
liking
will
each
die
other. We
away.
cannot have this.
Nope.
Cats and dogs getting
And
together.
our job will go away. We won't have people fighting. So,
Cats and dogs.
so I remember when Men in Black, I think it was Men in Black 2 or Men in Black 1. I can't remember. Men in Black. Well, anyway, Will Smith and Tommy Lee Jones are standing there, and the dude drives up in the car and disappears into the steering wheel. And Tommy goes, "That's a feature?" And he's like, "Yeah, the guy used to be black, but he kept getting pulled over." Best freaking joke ever. And everybody laughed because we were healing from that. We could joke about it, and it was fine.
We're coming back.
then this certain somebody from freaking Hawaii supposedly goes and runs for president, and suddenly racism's in vogue.
Mm-hmm.
Pisses me right off.
It's frustrating.
Mm-hmm. Currently, it feels like the world's healing a little bit, though.
It's starting to.
90s nostalgia's
But,
like coming back at 110 miles an hour.
back to this really loud vocal group of Hate the Orange Man.
That's just like derangement.
And see, the part that's funny to me is there are things that the Orange Man has done that are wrong.
Sure.
But if you would actually talk about the actual things he's done wrong instead of inventing a bunch of shit he didn't do, you're basically you're fireproofing the straw man.
Okay.
Because you're throwing a bunch of untrue crap at him, you're throwing all this mud,
You're insulating him.
and it's proven to be absolutely false. That mud dries, you can't light him on fire with something real.
No one. You've cried wolf too many times. No one believes you.
And it's like, do I like him? Sure. Do I worship him and want him
You mean
to
he's
be
human?
the best? No, absolutely freaking not. But the whole point is, if you're going to go after anybody, whether I like them or dislike them, use real stuff. Don't make shit up.
Well, here's one that will really cook your noodle. To dilute the waters, you can just start making up things and putting them out there. Like
It's true.
Absolutely.
that's what
it's
is
100%
happening.
a tactic.
That's
like,
what's happening.
oh yeah.
you wanna water down or stir up some mud
Just
in the water.
Spend 5 minutes on
Look,
TikTok.
look at Charlie Kirk's assassination. We were
Never
what?
been on.
4 hours later. There were 7 different videos with 7 different theories, and nobody knew
That
which
was
one
wild. I
original.
watched that live.
I did too. And the video I saw 2 hours later was not the same thing I saw live.
Nope. A lot of things that don't make sense.
Yep.
And I maybe we should talk about it, but I don't want to
A
talk about
plus
it.
3 does not equal 0.
So back we were saying delusion. When we were in Iraq on January 11th of 2011, the little ball descended over the Dome of the Rock, flashed 3 times, drifted, and shot up into space.
Oh, yeah.
Remember that?
Yep.
Okay, I was on SIPRNet. I was on duty. I watched the feeds come in live. 15 minutes later,
Say again?
there were 4 fake videos.
It's a famous UFO.
Something you've witnessed in person?
No, I was in Iraq
Okay.
watching the SIPRNet when security cameras on the embassy sent us stuff that said something just went down at Dome of the Rock. Wind up. We may have to send you to Israel.
Dome of the Rock. Oh, Israel?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's where the sacred return of Jesus Christ will be. It's sacred for Christians and Muslims.
Sure.
Because it's where Muhammad saw his vision. It's where Christ is going to return, blah, blah, blah. So this
Where
light,
the wormhole is.
this light appears directly over the Dome of the Rock,
Okay.
flashes 3 times, hovers off to the side a little bit, and then just goes straight up into space in like 2 frames, disappears, gone. Okay. This video comes out. We got sent directly from the embassy. Like, this got caught on our video. We saw this. Then a cell phone video comes out. It's authentic. Another cell phone video comes out. It's authentic. And then 10 fake videos come out. Delusion.
Flooding. Yeah, they got to flood the network.
Here's a weird thing about that. The allegedly, I don't know if this is true. I have no idea. But allegedly, the original video, the speed at which the orb departs
Yes.
is the same speed the Earth is moving through space.
Correct.
14,000 miles an hour?
And the
whatever
drift.
it is.
And
Well,
the
that's
drift.
required for orbit.
So it did 2 things.
Right.
It drifted and it shot into space. So
Oh,
it's
right, it
night.
goes
It's
boop,
night.
boop.
It's 12:01 in Israel. Earth is moving directly away from that direction. So essentially, it stopped. It didn't move. It stopped, and the Earth moved.
It was
away
able to stop and not be affected by Earth.
by the gravitational system.
Yeah.
It stopped, and the Earth moved away from it.
Right.
The other thing is the drift that it made is the exact speed the Earth rotates.
Right. That's
So
right.
it was
I remember
it was
hearing
it was placed, and they didn't compensate for rotation of Earth, so it drifted, and then they literally stopped it, and the Earth moved away. So for whatever projected
wormhole.
that,
Yep.
whatever
It
it
came
was
through the
making
wormhole.
that was extra solar, or somebody made a really, really effective hoax and calculated all that on purpose. Who knows?
The whole thing could be fake from the jump.
Yeah. But whoever did that fake was smart enough to make it match the drift and the velocity of the Earth around the sun. But remember, the Earth's flat. It's just there's just an Ethereum. It's fine.
Do you realize that when we were in Iraq, we also watched the last NASA launch?
I missed that.
I was in chow hall.
I was on night shift. I didn't see the daylight
It
for a
might
year.
have been the day you choked in the chow hall. But no, I watched the last Obama cut off NASA funding. We watched the last shuttle launch That was supposedly the last shuttle launch. We weren't going to fund it anymore. This is stupid.
Space
And then
is
shit
dumb.
happens. We're not going to go into space anymore. And all of a sudden, that happens?
That's a little weird.
Come on. I want to go to the
Come
moon base.
on.
I want to go to the moon base.
I got a question.
Shoot.
Chucked in the chow hall.
Choked in the chow hall. Yep. You go ahead and tell that one.
I was eating a steak salad.
I go pee.
Oh, that was you?
It was me.
It's always when you combine the meat with the veggies.
Yeah, it's dangerous.
He can't help but keep meat in his mouth.
It's a lifelong habit.
It's not Thursday yet.
Yeah, I was eating a salad,
This
and
is why that guy's my brother.
he's a good dude.
But I want to know, what did you actually choke in the
I
chow
was
hall?
very seriously choking.
Okay.
Took a bite, didn't chew my steak as well as I could have, and it stopped. And I thought, that's not good. So I grabbed, I think I had a cranberry juice, took a drink of that. I felt the cold of the cranberry juice go down my throat and then stop. And it didn't, I couldn't feel the cold
Right
go
where
any
that
further.
piece of steak was.
And so I tilted forward and poured the cranberry juice out of my throat. And then I was sitting with a group of guys, and I'm trying to stay calm, and I'm like pointing at my throat.
Doing the classic training of
like
the choking signal.
And suddenly it's like, you remember whack-a-mole?
Yeah.
It was like whack-a-mole. Like one guy stood up, then he sat down. Another guy stood up, then he sat down. One guy stood up and sat down. And I'm like, guys, come on, I'm choking here. And my convoy commander, Sergeant Early, he came around behind me, and he like straightens his uniform, gets the most perfect posture, and like my vision's like, and then he gives me the gentlest Heimlich of all time. He's like,
slowest.
and somehow it like, I don't know if it, he
no one's
just
watching. No
kinda
one's
kept-
watching.
Maybe
Kept
just
going.
built up pressure. Maybe you had to
I
fall
don't know,
long.
but it kind of like made my diaphragm spasm, and I think that launched it out.
It was like, I hope no one's fucking watching us. I don't want to do the paperwork on this.
Gently.
Right? It's very...
Was that the same day as the hamburger eating challenge?
Oh, I don't
And
know.
he ate like 9 double fucking cheeseburgers. And
He's an
Brainerd's like
animal.
on his 1.5. He's like, yeah, I'm done.
Well, I think that Brainerd never intended to actually
No,
participate.
no,
He just
and,
wanted
and,
to
and
poke.
Bobby just like, all right, I'm gonna fucking send this, and he's like, nationally ranked MMA fighter, like probably less than 10% body fat and with good shape, and he's just like smashing all these fucking burgers because he had to win. And he looks over, and Brainerd had only finished like 1.5, and he ate like 9 fucking double cheeseburgers. He felt like shit for like 3 days.
I want to clarify something.
Is the meat sweat?
Is Brainerd the one that got that enormous brain tumor?
Yes.
Yeah.
10 centimeters.
Holy shit! It was, and it was Brainerd. What a name, right?
I know.
To get
It looked like
freaking
Crane
monster
from
brain
Ninja
tumor.
Turtles.
I was going through my
His
pictures
tumor?
the other day.
You ever
Like
seen
my
the
kid,
pictures of the tumor?
I
yeah.
saw that tumor in his fridge.
It has like,
He kept
he kept it in his
it looks
fridge?
like Brain from Ninja Turtles. It had like pink skin. Didn't it have hair?
I've got a picture of it on
Didn't
my
it have
phone
like little
right
pieces
here.
of hair growing out of it?
I didn't look at it
Was
too
it
closely.
was it just a twin?
I
Did
don't
he
know.
absorb?
So I was scrolling through my pictures because my kids like to go, hey, let's look at your pictures. I'm scrolling through my pictures and ran across the brain tumor. And my kids are like, what's that? I'm like, that's a brain tumor.
He was getting
He's
like,
like, what?
he was getting like crazy migraines, and he was losing vision.
He's a welder.
And the
So
It
second,
was like the size of this microphone.
and the second they pulled it out, he woke up. He's like, "Oh, I can see again."
Yeah.
Said he felt great. So as soon as he woke up,
Yeah, the thing was the size of this microphone.
yeah, it was
big.
in his head, growing behind his eyes.
And they told him when they're going
Wow.
to take it out, they're like, well, you could wake up fine, or you could wake up a vegetable.
Yep, you could
But-
wake up dead.
We can't leave it in there.
And he took it out, and he was
And he was running for
completely
mayor of
fine. Other than, I think that was too close to dying. So like emotionally, he was different afterwards.
Well, and chopped a freaking baseball-sized chunk of his brain out.
Mm-hmm.
You know
True.
that.
You know
we
what?
were talking about
that is the
getting
frontal
knocked on the
cortex,
head.
isn't that like? All your, is that where
that's your conscious. That's supposedly your conscious thought.
Okay.
Because again, that paradigm-
inside thoughts,
that
inside
paradigm-
thoughts become outside thoughts.
That paradigm is really shifting. So that's the frontal lobe when they lobotomized people. That's the part they disconnect.
Right, and that's what was displaced by that 10 centimeter fucking growth.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
No,
insane.
it wasn't
That's
10.
an
It was
entirely
70.
different wormhole lobotomy.
Yeah.
Oh man, what a horrible thing.
Wow.
Reminds me of a great movie. Sucker Punch.
I was thinking.
Oh,
Sucker Punch.
yeah, dude.
That was fun.
Yeah.
That was
So
a
fun to
one.
watch. Visually, so fun to watch.
That was amazing.
Well, that
And what a great ending. Dink.
Yeah.
I would say that ending is about on par with The Departed.
Yeah, visually it was awesome. And at the
Dude,
end, the whole
that
thing was
is-
just, it was a great movie.
it was,
Yeah.
It was a great movie.
Ding.
The Departed.
So now you got to watch Sucker Punch.
Yeah.
I've never seen it. I gotta
Sucker
check it
Punch
out.
is
You
fantastic.
should check it out. You'll,
got-
you'll enjoy it.
The
It's got one
Departed,
of the
though,
best standalone music
Damn, that's
video
a good show.
sequences of all time.
Oh, yeah.
That
Depressing.
Those are great. Great movies, both of them in their own right.
like you
Yeah.
can kick that beat from that song when she's fighting the samurais,
Mm-hmm.
and I will just go into another zone of hot. Oh.
It's just a great thing to watch visually. It's awesome.
Yeah.
Okay,
it was
speaking of
fun.
musical effects, I have been. So I recently lost my job unexpectedly. I was the general manager of a tech company, and the owner decided he didn't want me around anymore for no apparent reason, one day to the next. So that was, a little bit of a kick in the ass. But I latched onto 5 songs, and I have been playing them on loop for weeks now. And it's Celtic dubstep.
Interesting.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I don't know what language it is in, but it's
All
also
5 of them are.
well, 2 of them are not quite dubstep, but anyway, it's
I'm in.
I'll send these. Well, you want to overlay them on the podcast?
I can at least find links. I can put links in the.
And I'll send these to you because
Yeah.
they are something else.
I'm definitely
But-
curious.
So what I was saying about the reason I brought that up is that I think that sometimes we can emotionally connect to music that either takes us where we want to go or can sometimes drag us where we don't want to go.
Distort.
So, and these, resonated with where I was, but headed in a direction I needed to be. And so I've just been feeding that, helping me get out of this rut.
Okay. Yeah. Send them to me afterwards for sure.
Okay, yeah. Because they're quite
I'm sure they're
stimulating.
on the YouTubes. I can link them in there.
Yeah.
Magics of the internet.
like when we used to rock, Disturbed in Iraq.
Just the
Indestructible.
GWAT playlist.
Yeah.
Indestructible.
It's a whole like.
Well, then the National Guard had that commission for like a recruitment video, and it went way beyond what they expected. Like everybody was rocking it overseas, and
Right, music was a huge part of deployments. Like the soundtrack is very universal. Like you play certain things, and regardless of their age, if they were in OAF 1, 2, is it enduring?
20.
Is it enduring freedom we
yeah,
ended with?
it's enduring freedom. Yeah.
I don't remember what iteration that is. I think I've been through 3 different ones. My first deployment
Well,
was
so
2, and
our-
then we did enduring freedom at the end.
No, our second deployment was 2 because I got 2 badges. So the first one was 1.
So I didn't deploy with Idaho my first time.
Okay.
I deployed from Vermont with Arkansas, and we were there from 06, and we didn't leave till 08. It was before the whole
Limitation
the
deployment.
1 year total. So we left Vermont in like August. We got into Kuwait in November, and Iraq in November. Didn't get home until July of 08. We got extended a couple times.
It's it's pretty impressive to me that you guys have got to see the world. Granted, it wasn't what we wanted to see, but it's kind of cool that you guys got to see that.
Iraq and Mexico were identical if you didn't know the difference.
And Arco.
Yeah.
If you've been
What's
like
that
drive
mean? Anarcho?
Arco,
Well,
Arco,
the,
Idaho.
the OTA.
That's what Iraq looks like.
Yeah, actually kind of
Minus the mountains and
green.
And
Any
you,
green,
You know
yeah.
what's a crazy parallel? The center pivots in the fields say made in Idaho.
Yes. Interesting.
Because the
enough.
Army Corps of Engineers is who helps third world countries improve their agricultural industry.
And my
So
brother,
the center pivots we brought are made in Idaho.
my oldest brother, who mapped the Idaho aquifer, about 30 years ago, he was the one and only that did that. has also helped Saudi Arabia map their underwater aquifer, and now Saudi Arabia has water
That's cool.
underneath the freaking Sahara Desert because he went over there.
I mean, that's
and
why it's
showed
a
them how to
desert.
do
The
it.
water's just too deep.
The Shai Khalud is
Yeah,
keeping it all.
por favor.
It's a Dune reference.
It is a Dune reference.
Those movies. Speaking of movies,
Okay, first movie, amazing. Second movie, amazing until the last 15 minutes, and then somebody needs to shove a pineapple up everybody's ass.
Just gonna pull a
who
little Nicky.
thought it was a good fucking idea to change the damn script in the last 15 freaking minutes.
I haven't read the books, so I don't have this shared opinion.
I was so excited for the second one, and I was so excited all the way through the second one, and then all of a sudden, Chiny starts getting all women's rights, and this is bad, and I'm like, what the hell are you guys doing? And then it freaking nosedived into a semi-truck with a cement mixer behind it.
Can you
All right, so
elaborate in like
in the
3
movie,
minutes?
in the movie, Paul's girl of the Fremen,
Okay,
who he is soulmated to,
Yep. Following.
stands up and objects to his war on the emperor
Okay.
in public, in front of everybody at the big council. Vehemently says, this is terrible, we shouldn't do this.
She was only a pro the war happening on the planet. She didn't want to go beyond that, right?
The jihad.
Well, see,
Because everyone would leave.
that's the whole point. Is some artistic motherfucker decided they were going to take Frank Herbert's point and try to have the voice be Paul's lover. The whole point of the damn book, and should be the movie, is that you let him fuck it up so that it is obvious it was the wrong choice. In the book, she supports him. She voices her opinion, and she 100% supports whatever he chooses to do because he is the Muad'Dib.
She believes wholly. Sure.
Right. And she loves him, and she understands that he's got to do this the way he's going to do this, and whatever that happens, happens.
Sure.
Then they have her get all upset about the fact that he marries the emperor's daughter, and she's all like not on his side and not supporting him. When in fact, she was laughing at the emperor's daughter because she knows that that is a marriage of convenience and that she is only getting the name, nothing more.
So they made her more feminine.
They tried to
the
push
movie.
modern feminine views onto
They made her more emotional.
And great for the actress. Hooray. Destroyed the entire point
They
and
made
the
her
entire
American.
finish of the show.
They made her American.
Yeah.
The number two thing that pissed me off, that one pissed me off the very most, but the number two thing is that Paul's sister,
Yeah, it's not Star Wars.
Paul's sister who was in his mother's womb
Yeah.
when she took the water
Yes.
and is awakened as an embryo.
And they start talking.
Okay. In the book, she is 5 years old at the end, and she kills Baron Vladimir herself.
Yes,
She's 5.
That part
And then she also completely incapacitates the Bene Gesserit witch with a single word and says, "Shut up, you hag," and nearly kills her.
Sick.
To allow Paul to continue to do his thing. And they don't even have her being born at the end of the movie. That was an entirely critical plot point because she walks in and scares the living bejesus out of everybody before Paul shows up, smokes Feyd-Rautha, and then splits him in half with his voice. They left all of that out. And this is like after they've been canonically correct. The fight with, it's just like, you got this perfect, and then somebody just goes, hey, let's just fucking step in front of a bus. I only read the book like 25 times before
I
it was
could
18.
not tell one bit. That was a shorter explanation than I expected. I'm proud of you.
Yay.
Yeah.
Now I'm grumpy.
Well, we'll find something else to talk about.
I got a story to tell you. I worked security at a university,
Ooh, yes.
and it was a great job. I really liked it. But one night we had a hard time keeping anybody working there, and because most guys, when they want a security job, they want to sit at a desk and do nothing, right? They want to sit
You
there.
don't want to walk the beat.
Yeah, they don't want to engage with people. But working at a university, you kind of have to, get out and shake hands and
Yeah.
get to know
Hearts and minds all over
That's
again.
Right. That's right. So we often ended up on 12-hour shifts.
Yeah.
And because it's 24-hour coverage, right? And of course, the weird stuff always happens at the end of the 12-hour shift. And so I'm like parking my patrol vehicle, gonna go put my gun in my locker and everything. And we get a call from one of the students' therapists. And this is like, oh no, it wasn't a 12-hour shift. I don't know, whatever. End of the shift, get a call from a therapist, and they're like, hey, I'm pretty sure that my patient is self-harming severely right now. I need you to go find him. So he gives us the name. I go over to the dorm. I get there, and we worked really closely with like the housing people. And there's a guy that we'd been on a bunch of goofy, weird calls together, and he's sprinting for the front door, and I can't remember the room number was like 290 something. He's like, you going to 290s, whatever? I'm like, yep, I'm going there. So we sprint up the stairs, and when we see the room down the hall, there's a guy standing outside of it. He's white, just like white, like a ghost, looking into the room. And I get there and I turn in, and it's just like a teeny little kitchen, like a teeny little kitchenette / entry. And there's a dude sitting in the chair in the middle. It's maybe like 10 feet by 10 feet. So it's a very small room.
Sure.
Sitting in the middle of that. He's in nothing but his chonies. And he's got all these weird wounds all over his legs, like really weird looking wounds about that long. For those that are just listening, about 2 inches long, maybe about 3/4 of an inch wide.
Oh.
And lots of blood, lots and lots of blood. But there's
Like
also
like a rectangle.
yeah, kind of ovally shaped.
Okay, so the muscle was peeling.
Well, they were about maybe a ½ inch deep. So it was still skin and stuff. And he's got blood all over his face, all over his hands. And I'm like, hey, what you doing? And he goes, I just want blood. I'm like, And then
Just want blood.
I just want
Is
blood.
he biting himself?
No. Then he produces a pair of pliers.
He was pulling it off.
Oh, just wait.
Oh.
A pair of pliers, grabs up a big wad of skin, and then cuts that off.
With the
With a
pliers
knife.
to pull it up, and then just
Cuts
oh
the
shit.
Off of him
Grabs the
himself.
pliers, picks
Off
the
of
skin up,
himself.
and just
He-
thunk.
chopping off skin.
That
No
is
shit.
wild.
and then
No shit.
starts scooping up the blood and drinking it.
Impressive.
And I'm like, that's not good. And so I'm like, well, what do you say to that? Like,
Yeah.
I just want blood. And I'm like, okay, can you tell me why you want the blood? Do you want just your blood, or will any
are
blood
you a vampire? Like,
do? Yeah.
if I
So
bring you
did
out in
you
the
ask him,
sun, are
will
you
any
gonna catch
blood
on
do?
fire?
Yeah, I asked him, like, what, do you want just yours, or does any blood work? And he said, I mean, any blood will work, but mine's easy. And he's like, it's not a big deal. And his roommate's standing behind him and goes, it's a big deal.
His roommate's like in the room behind
Yeah.
him.
And I'm like, hey, why don't you get out of here?
Wow.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Yeah. And eating the skin.
Eating-
And
Wow.
yeah, had a complete psychotic break.
Hell yeah, he did.
Was and this is just, was he on a medication and stopped? Was he not on a medication
Heavily
whatsoever?
SSRI?
Did he change a medication immediately?
I don't know. I don't know any
Didn't
of
get
that
all those
stuff.
details.
No, but
Did he comply?
no. I was like, hey man, can you put that stuff down? Well,
Well, at least
I
with all
really
the
want
extra
blood.
holes, you had holes in his legs. You had lots of good places to hang on.
Yeah, blood's slippery though. And then the housing dude that I'm working with gets between me and him. It's a small space, 10 foot by 10 foot. And I'm like trying to grab him
Yeah,
and pull
what are you
him.
doing?
Like, I've got a gun and armor. How about you don't stand right next to the dude with pliers and
A knife.
a knife that's drinking his own blood? But
I mean, good for him for wanting to do something.
Was he trying to help or just being oblivious?
both. Both. A lot of the housing people, they'd never been. A lot of them are.
Weird.
Yeah, it's a very strange, very strange. But anyways, we had like a mobile mental health crisis unit that we could call 24/7, had them come out, and they, I think Arizona, it's chapter 36, involuntary hold, mental health hold. And the cops show up, and I'm like, you see what's going on here? Like, he admitted to like all kinds of crazy stuff. Anyways, the cops, I'm like, will you guys please like stay with him? And they're like, yeah, it's fine. We do a lot of these. He's like wandering around by himself. I'm like,
All right.
Still in the
he's
apartment.
homicidal ideation, suicidal ideations.
More
We're on
incompetence.
we're on the third floor with an open stairwell to the lobby. Yeah.
Just want to be Peter Pan for a second, huh?
Yeah. But that was wild. That was probably the wildest. The wildest call.
The Vegas cops have seen so much stuff.
Oh yeah.
They really they don't care.
No. How
They've
can you?
seen so much.
They also don't know how to identify talking machine guns.
It's true.
That's a reference to the
shooting.
at the country music concert in Vegas, where one man apparently shot like 37 firearms and thousands of rounds of ammunition in like 8 minutes.
I had friends at that concert, and they're still really traumatized over it.
It's because they were shot at by professionals, while a Saudi prince was in the adjoining hotel escaping from his helicopter.
Kind of weird.
Just saying.
I thought it was just that one guy out of St. George that just kind of went crazy.
Exactly.
So when do we get the movie about what really happened there?
So, remember how last episode we were talking about machine guns and how they sound different? Even the same machine gun, one 240 Bravo, like he referenced, number 240 Bravo. You pull the trigger on this one, it makes a sound. You pull the trigger on this one, it makes a little bit different sound.
Headspace and timing is slightly different.
Headspace and timing happens to be where the block's indexed on the barrel and the gas tubes letting gas through, how dirty it is, how clean it is. Your cyclical rate is different. And it's a tactic to use talking guns to inflict maximum damage while conserving ammunition.
And keeping your barrel from melting.
Because when you're not pulling the trigger, the barrel's cooling. So when I've listened to multiple videos from taxi cabs down the street to different cell phone vantage points in the crowd. There was multiple shooters, multiple machine guns from different buildings and different rooms in the buildings. Wasn't one person. Not possible for one person to shoot that many weapons and that many rounds in that a lot of time.
Not probable.
I don't think it's possible.
I got a pretty fast finger.
You only got 2 hands, though.
Yeah.
I got feet.
Yeah.
Hey,
You're a pretty good shot, Seth. But
Cortland Gentry fired 4 SVDs in 1 second. In that book, it's totally possible.
yeah, a book.
All books are true.
Yes.
Regardless, there's a lot of things that happened that night that that's one of those things that's kind of good about the internet, because all the bullshit they thought they were good at hiding, they're not that smart. Like things that worked before the internet,
But the problem
worked
is
because no one else could dispute it,
at the same time, we still don't know what actually happened. Like nobody's got a truly
because you're not
coherent
allowed
story.
to fucking look into it.
Yeah. I think a likely theory is foreign actors.
No, yes. So at the exact same time, there was a very specific Saudi prince that was escaping in his private helicopter off of the roof of either that same building or the adjacent building.
Are you
So you're thinking the
suggesting the Saudi?
You're thinking,
No,
you're
I
thinking
think
the
it was-
firefight was between either protection services and somebody trying to get that guy, and all the bullets that went into the crowd were
And
just
part
strays,
of it was just a
or
distraction.
fired into the crowd for distraction. purposes.
Distraction, and I'm going to assume that the person that was framed had something to do with it, because otherwise, why would he be in the
There.
room?
With
Oh,
the weapons
convenient
to be-
patsy.
A convenient patsy that had lots of money and an empty penthouse
So
that was probably gambling all night, and then
was-
all of a sudden showed up, and there was a bunch of dudes with guns in his room, and he's like, "What the fuck's going on?"
or was he the Lord of
Click.
War from Nicolas Cage's Lord of War, and that was his time to be done, and that was just what happened when it went down.
A bad deal.
Or the setup for the end of his life.
Regardless,
end of his set.
I've watched multiple videos from the streets of different angles, and you're sitting there, and it's just the tone, and there's slight cadence differences, and the tone's different because sounds bounce and things like that. But even if you have one machine gun and it's
Ricocheting
an echo,
off the buildings.
you can recognize the cyclical rate.
Correct.
It's not distinctly different.
It has a red-blue shift, not a cyclical shift.
Yeah, you can tell that there is a shift because it's bounced and dissipated, but not a different weapon. But only people that have done it a lot are going to hear that and know what that is. Otherwise, everyone's like, what did you hear? A machine gun. Did you hear anything else different about it? A lot of machine guns. They don't know.
Yeah.
They don't know. They don't know what they don't know.
Right.
It's insane. There was that whole period in time was crazy. There's a couple things that happened in that same time period.
Wasn't that the biggest
That is the
shooting massacre
largest
in United States history?
Yep. Yes, it is. Yep. And who knows what it was for, but it was not the person they found in that room. Is he involved? Probably. He was not the one shooting. Not possible.
Or the only one shooting, potentially.
Yes. That's for as long as it went on, I bet he was dead when it started.
Yeah.
That amount of shooting is not going to happen while there's a fight happening behind you in the room.
That's insane. Interesting.
Yep. You can even see flashes coming from other windows. It's just crazy. You got people in the news broadcasting don't know what they're talking about when it comes to that stuff.
Or deliberately obscuring.
Yep.
I got to go to a Homeland Security class for it was managing an incident inside of an event. So like a concert with a shooting.
Very applicable to your job.
Yeah. And it was right before the Super Bowl was in Phoenix. So except for me, everybody that was in the class was going to be part of the security for the Super Bowl. And dang it, it's gone. It had to do
Security.
with
Think of it that way.
it followed yours out the same window. Dang it.
Hate it when that happens.
Yeah. It had something to do with security. Oh well.
If it comes back.
Yeah.
So, when I was down in Albuquerque, Socorro area,
Is this the AK story?
yes, which
That's
I
a good
have
way to
not,
end, 'cause we got
I
like
have
30
not covered
minutes
this
left
with
of
you, and
recording time.
I've wanted to cover this with you ever since it happened
Okay.
in detail. So I want to be a little critiqued on this.
This is
And now that this is going to go on the internet, this is going to get super critiqued. But so
There's no video. It's fine.
Is it going to legally implicate you?
probably won't matter.
Okay.
I'm sure the statute of limitations is up by now.
Yeah, there was. Yeah, well,
The cops let you leave.
if you
Oh, cops
feel it
are
will
there?
implicate,
Yeah,
Okay,
there was
you're fine.
cops there.
You're
if
fine.
you feel it will implicate me, you can cut it from the show and not put it on the internet.
I don't think so.
So here's the deal. Let me preface this. So Buddy has house, remodeling house in Albuquerque on the bad side of town. Not the really, really bad side, but not the good side. Okay? And he is on vacation with a whole nother ball of wax in Florida. His security system goes off. Somebody has robbed his house and taken the security system. Okay? They took the security system. But the other thing they did is they used his concrete saw and cut his safe in half and got his
That's smart.
bulletproof vest and all of his bang bangs
That's smart.
that were in the safe.
Bang bangs.
So he calls me up. He calls the police. The police do a report, blah, blah, blah. He comes back from vacation. He has to turn around and go back on vacation. This is stupidity, but it's another story. So when he comes back and gets his internet working again, his security system is still close enough to ping the Wi-Fi.
No shit.
So he does some research, gets the cop to go over, and he can see his motorbike and 4 or 5 dozen of his bigger tools plainly through the open gate.
No shit.
They will not do anything about it. So let's fast forward. The house gets broken into another 5 times in 5 consecutive nights. Police do essentially nothing.
I think I've seen this movie.
So he's like, I am going to be back in 2 days. Now get this, it is July 2nd. So this happened 5 years ago tomorrow.
Okay.
It's July 2nd.
Breaking
So
Bad.
I drive up, put on my kit. I have the short barrel AK that Anton built.
Yeah.
Okay. 223 AKs a
I was
Stava.
thinking Den of Thieves.
Okay. I'm carrying the Glock sidearm, got my vest on. I camp on the roof.
Did you have the samurai sword?
Yes.
Yes.
And it's raining. Okay. So, quick note, if you're going to have a man bun, you have to carry a sword. And I have a sword in my car right now. I will go get it to prove it.
That's
I so want to see that.
Okay, I'll get it.
I
But
think it is
We'll
a
wait
great.
till
So-
we're
so here's-
recording,
so here,
but
I am
really
camping-
want to see that.
I am camping on the roof. I am under a tarp because it starts raining at 1 a.m. And I'm taking little cat naps. So the only thing they have not
not a
yet
movie, it's
broken
an anime.
into at least once is the shed in the back. And it has a big chain, big hinges. It is not going to be easy to open. That is where the remainder of the firearms are, the remainder of the motorbikes. Some of the valuable stuff that's left that hasn't already been stolen is in this shed. So I'm sitting up there. It's raining, so I've got a tarp over me because I prepared for this. I knew it was going to rain. So I'm laying in a sleeping bag. I got a tarp over me. The sleeping bag's unzipped. I've got my AK on my chest, just laying there listening. And I hear tink, 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 like chain. So I flip the tarp off. I roll over. I start to creep over the roof. There are 3 flashlights in the back, pointed at the door. I can see clamps. One of them either hears me, sees me. They had their little hood spidey senses going.
Let's say Spidey sense.
Okay. So there's a big ass
Tweaker's got it.
tree. There's a big ass tree in the backyard. So they go from the shed, they run under the tree, and 3 lights hop the fence into the homeless person dump right next to his house. I go off the front of the house, down the ladder I'd hidden behind the juniper tree, come around the front of the house to one dude with a flashlight coming my direction. And I go, hey, what the fuck? And he goes, fuck you. And I put a round between his feet. I just rip one off right between his feet.
What a hybridism.
And now this is a 10.5-inch barrel,
Loud
223
Loud as fuck.
with a muzzle brake.
Oh my God,
Full
is it
power
loud.
rounds, not SBR rounds, full power rounds.
Some green tip between his fucking tootsies.
Right? Okay.
Dance, Pilgrim.
Freaking, this is a little park with a little playground in it that the homeless people have taken over. So there's the wood mulch.
filthy
The
animals.
wood mulch blows up between his legs. He drops to the ground, and a lovely smell emits. And this is his verbal response: "What the fuck, homeboy?"
Hey, hang on. You said a lovely smell.
He shit his pants.
He shit his pants.
Okay, and he shit him well enough with enough force that the smell was immediately in the surrounding area.
Hell
So, but
yeah.
get this. So he
How
gets
does that equate to a lovely smell?
That's sarcasm.
sarcasm. But he
Okay.
so the point is it scares him enough physically that he shits his pants
Yes.
and falls down.
And falls
then
down.
and his verbal response is what the fuck, homeboy. After I just put a round between his feet that scared him that badly. So that moment my oh shit meter went way up because there's 2 more of them that I don't know where they are.
Right.
So now let me also preface I am wearing a mask
What year was
with a glow in the dark skull on it.
When was this?
Sweet.
When was this? Like
It was during the BLM riots.
It's 2019-ish.
So if he didn't have a mask on, they would think John Wick is after them.
Well, I'm in full kit. Too.
I'm just thinking the time period in movies coming out and your hair and your height. They thought fucking John Wick showed up.
So anyway, so I am standing
You
on
probably had a trench coat on.
I'm standing on the 1-foot fence that separates the driveway from it's just a little short concrete fence that separates the driveway from the park. So I haven't left the property. Dude is not on the property. I have now put a round between his feet. He's on his back. I don't know where the other 2 are, and I'm realizing that as much as this dude was scared, his response was, what the fuck, homeboy? He is not necessarily unfamiliar with violence.
He's about that life.
Yeah. And I also know that they do have a bulletproof vest and at least 6 firearms that they took from that very
Right.
building.
Because it was in the safe.
Because it was in the safe, okay? And so I then immediately drop back, shut off my tack light, and drop behind the bushes and start flanking up to see if there's still 2 in the backyard. I just leave him sitting there, which was probably, this is what I want your feedback on. But then I run through the back. Nobody's back there. I then dodge back around and get on the roof quick. And I mean, by the time I got on the roof, homeboy was now running to a car that was now backing down the road towards the elementary school, which was right next door. Now, keep in mind, this is 2:00 in the morning. They back all the way to the far end of the block and then stop in the middle of the road. So I'm now positioned on the roof, laying down, beaded on the windshield of the car. I'm going to, if they come back towards me or make any aggressives, I'm going to take the driver, then the passenger, see what pops out of the car. They then back around the corner and disappear. I then quickly throw my shit in a pile, throw it off the roof, get down, go into the back of the house, set up 5 or 6 buckets with sticks through the handles so it looks like there's 4 or 5 people in the front room. I go all the way to the back, lay down on a mattress, and just wait. This is when a cop goes by with his lights on. Okay, cop goes by with lights on, circles the block about 3 times, drives away.
They call those sex lights because when those lights are flashing, you're
no searchlights. No searchlights, just the just the flashers, no siren. Okay. Now I just let off a loud as fuck AK round.
Yeah, that's loud.
But here's the other thing.
I've shot
While I was on the roof waiting for this, I heard fireworks. I distinctly heard shotguns. I distinctly heard 9mm, 45.
You were in the right part of town for that to
Okay.
happen.
So I wait until dawn, like crack acid dawn, which was about 4:45 in the morning. I go out the back window, shut it, patrol in, go through. Now the neighbor was in on this and was very aware of what I was about to do that night. And so they were all hush-hush. I hop through their yard, the next yard, get in my car that's parked 4 houses down, and leave. Because daylight. Critique.
One of my favorite pieces of kit that I've added to my little go bag, zip cuffs. Like
Actual zip cuffs.
legit zip cuffs.
Mhm.
Asp makes a great set.
Mm-hmm.
I got to go to a class with them, and Legit they gave me
zip
a
cuffs.
friggin' grip of Asp makes a great set. I keep 4 sets.
Yeah. They're not bad priced on Amazon.
Yeah, zip cuffs are definitely a must. Handcuffs, nah, don't mess with handcuffs. They're heavy, they're loud.
It's a whole different
I
set of
I
dexterity.
carry a key
to
in my
work.
pocket.
But it's a whole different dexterity set to implement handcuffs well.
Handcuffs, well, even zip cuffs take some training, but they're easier because you put both hands in and done.
It is easier, yes. It's
faster.
one motion, not 2.
Yeah, well, if you're good at handcuffing, it's one motion. It's click click. It's like a rocking
But you
motion.
got to set them up and you got to hold them.
Well, that's why I like hinged rather than chain.
Yes.
I really
They
prefer
hurt more,
hinged
too.
cuffs. They are much easier to control
Yeah,
someone with.
Make people way more compliant.
Yes, but that's not what the cops will tell you.
That's what they're designed for.
Yeah, it's exactly what they're designed for.
And
But
you handcuff them and you give them a little
yeah, I would say
owie.
add zip cuffs to your kit.
Mm-hmm.
But also be aware of the legal implications of detaining somebody.
There was a lot of intent.
Yeah.
But allegedly.
Yeah,
Right.
and I want to have your feedback, and as you feedback, I'll explain my thought process as needed. But yeah,
Yeah, that's it. I probably wouldn't have ripped the round unless
They were drawn on you, maybe.
yes,
well,
but
if
a
he'd
lot
have drawn on it, it wouldn't have been in his fuck. It would.
would have been elsewhere.
If I had seen a weapon, there would have been much different end to this story.
Sure.
Yeah. Well, and it depends too. Like I'm not super familiar with Idaho's self-defense laws, but
Well, this was in Albuquerque.
right. Wherever you were,
Vegas. I apologize.
No, New Mexico.
This is Albuquerque.
yeah, the ABQ.
ABQ, which was appropriate for your Breaking Bad comment.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. Just be aware of the legality of what you're doing, with as far as having the zip cuffs, because I think there's some places that even having them they might be weird about.
Yeah, they'll probably snap you with kidnapping.
Attempted kidnapping or
Yeah.
kidnapping paraphernalia.
Probably depends on who finds you.
Yeah.
Officer discretion and all.
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I'd say
That's wild. My dad was born in Albuquerque,
was he?
but I know that place is a kind of can be
That's wild.
it can be a bad place.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a big place.
Yeah.
A lot of population there.
I've never visited. I'd like to, but I almost don't want to.
I don't know what I would see there. I mean,
There's some great food.
What?
Great food.
Tex-Mex?
I don't know about Tex-Mex, but I've stopped through there a couple of times, and I had a great chicken and waffles.
No shit.
Really good. Yeah, they had it was like house-made strawberry jam on it.
I would not think chicken and waffles in Albuquerque.
It's just some little hole in the wall.
Like maybe
place.
like Louisiana,
Yeah.
Georgia,
Yeah.
No,
South Carolina, Florida,
I
Tennessee.
may have been to this waffle joint. Is it down by the VA?
I remember it was by a train track, like a transit,
On the wrong side of
not
the
like
tracks.
cargo
But
track.
was it pretty tight buildings? Like
Yep.
a 4-lane road in front, but it was a really tight 4-lane.
Maybe,
Parking was behind.
probably.
I've been there. That place is amazing.
It's like a little cottage.
Yeah,
kinda
and
thing.
it's got like 2 different sections.
Yeah,
One is
yeah.
the old. Yeah, that place is freaking
Yeah,
amazing.
it's very good.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it's a little waffle. Yeah, and like the strawberry waffles are like a dome of strawberries
Yeah,
on top of the
dude.
waffle. Yeah,
All right. Well, that sounds amazing.
You got to go just for that,
I want
just for the
food now.
waffles. Risk life and limb.
that place is a mile south of where this incident took place. Almost
It's a good place to watch
directly.
fights too.
It is.
Oh, good old Waffle House.
Yeah,
I think we're running out of time on the old storage, so
sounds good.
it was awesome. You guys actually agreed to come down and hang out with us.
It didn't
Appreciate
didn't even take much poking or
I
prodding.
know it didn't, but not everybody likes sitting in front of a
Yeah,
camera.
I'm gonna fucking prod you.
I'm just
right
glad
now.
you guys came down. It's not every day I get to hang out with Seth and Dave at the same time.
Yeah,
A little more Dave than normal, but I still enjoyed it. Thanks for coming, guys. It was
Yeah,
awesome.
Thank you.
thank you for having us.
Love you guys.
Nice,
Right?
nice setup
Thanks,
you got
guys.
here too, guys. Are we done?
I mean, wherever I want to make it done's done.
Thanks for hanging out with us. If you've got a story, an opinion, or a topic you'd like us to cover, leave it in the comments. And if you enjoyed today's episode, subscribe so you don't miss what's next. Until next time, this is Idaho, Rounds and Rants.